Martin out there representing BC. Here's referee James Garvey.
And Martin, please. This is Carl Crawley, fellas. He's our umpire working today. Who's the talking captain for Rutgers? Captain Getz. I'll toss it in the air. I'll catch it. You call it. If I drop it, we'll play it, but I'm going to catch it. Call it, please. Heads he calls. He's called ahead, fellas, and it's a tail. So, BC, you can either give your options now or wait till the second half. You want the ball now. What goal do you wish to defend? Please put your backs to it. Backs to it over here. Receive. Good luck, every man.
Boston College winning the toss, electing to take the football. Rutgers will be defending the goal to our right. So the Eagle offense under the direction of Sean Halloran will start the ball game, and here are the officials as referee James Garvey introduced them to you. In addition, Michael Donato is operating the clock, and Donald Dwyer is the 25-second clock operator, and the NCAA observer is Jack Joyce. 74 degrees at game time. The wind will not be much of a factor. The humidity is high and it is overcast, but we are not expecting any rain this afternoon. It did rain here last night overnight, not very heavily, and of course this is a tartan artificial surface here at Alumni Stadium, so the rain that did fall will probably have no effect whatsoever as far as residual effect on the game is concerned. And a big game for both coaches, really, Jack, because they both want to get off to a good start. And first games are so tough because you really don't know what you have, and you don't have a whole lot of ideas about what the other guy's going to throw at you.
Well, you have not exchanged any game films at all. The only thing you can go after is what the people have done in spring practice and preseason. So I think both teams, especially the first quarter, may come out just trying to feel each other out, see what kind of football team the other team has.
Last year, the game was played at Giant Stadium. The Eagles won it 20-10. Tyrone Taylor, number 21, back deep to receive, and number 2, Steve Williams, who was a running back last year and is a cornerback on defense this year, probably the fastest player on the Boston College team. He, along with Tyrone Taylor, 21, back to receive, as Doug Giesler, number 4, will do the kicking off. He's a 170-pound sophomore from Barrington, Illinois. And it's a very short kick. Taylor's going to watch it go out of bounds at the 20. And so 5 yards will be marked off, and this will be back to the 30. As you may or may not be aware, this season college football teams will be kicking off from the 35-yard line instead of the 40-yard line. So kickoffs become doubly important. Sean Halloran awaits his opportunity on the sideline for Boston College as they move Rutgers back 5 to the 30-yard line, and Giesler will do it again.
Well, the Rutgers kick coverage team moved all to the other side of the field. They're trying to kick the ball down to the left. The ball just either came off his foot because it was a very short kick to the sideline and just bounced out of bounds. Boston College should get good field position on his opening kickoff.
Illegal procedure is the penalty. And once Boston College gets the football, we'll have an opportunity to see Troy Stratford return to the offensive lineup after being redshirted last year and missing the majority of the season with a very serious hamstring injury. And again, Rutgers shifts to the wide side of the field, and the kick is short. Taylor takes it at the 18-yard line. He gets across the 35 to the 36 before he's dragged down, and Boston College will have good field position. Sean Halloran last year, 12 touchdowns, but 23 interceptions, although he did throw for almost 3,000 yards passing. And I would have to anticipate, Jack, that we will see more of a balanced offense with Stratford back in there. Jim Turner, a senior, is at fullback. Kelvin Martin, an outstanding position player, and Casperillo, the tight end, along with Darren Flutie. Up front, Oliver, Wolf, Twomby, Trapillo, a great one, and David Wydell. First and 10 BC from their own 36. Stratford banging forward for a couple of yards out near the 38 before 71 George Bankos and 90 Harry Swain make the tackle. For the Scarlet Knights defensively, Duffy, Swain, Kokoski, Bankos, and Hoke are the front 5. Stowe and Bachman, the linebackers. In the secondary, Twomley, Morrow, Baker, and Austin. And they will be tested today as Cowboy Jack faces the sideline. 2nd down, 8. Lots of time for Halloran, but the receiver was knocked down. Stratford out of the backfield was knocked down by Lewis Morrow, the strong safety. No penalty flag was thrown, so it'll be 3rd down and 8 for Boston College.
Well, Stratford coming out of the backfield, that's where he's so dangerous, getting the ball in the flat in open field, one-on-one on a defensive back. That time Morrow just chucked him right at the line of scrimmage and knocked him off his feet. No flag was thrown by the official.
The ball just outside the BC 38. Halloran rolling, flipping it and completing it. Darren Flutie to the 45-yard line, knocked down by number 41 Tyrone Stowe. It is short of 1st down yardage by about a yard. So it'll be 4th down and less than 1 to go as the kicking teams come on.
Talking to Dick Anderson yesterday, he said his defense would come out and they would hit some people. That time they put pressure on Halloran. He had to roll out outside the pocket, threw the ball to Flutie, but he was about a half a yard short enough to punt the football away.
And here's David Rooney, who did the place kicking last year. He's punting this year, and he hangs it high for number 22, Eric Young, at the 15-yard line. And Young will get only 2 or 3 yards out to almost the 18 before he's knocked down by 99, Eric Lindstrom. A 40-yard punt, and a good one by David Rooney. So the Scarlet Knights will not enjoy as good a field position as did Boston College. Joe Gagliardi, the senior quarterback, leads them up from North Babylon, New York. Gagliardi at 6'2" and 205. Completed 58% of his passes last year. In the backfield with him, number 39, or rather number 37, 27, Henry Henderson, and 29, Matt Prescott. First pass is completed. Wrapped up immediately by Bill Thompson, his wide receiver, Eric Young. Gagliardi, who threw only 12 interceptions last year and 220 completions. And in the backfield with him, Henderson and Prescott. Henderson can really motor. Hoover, Campbell the tight end, and Young the other wide receiver. Kuntz, Strickland, Dylan Getz, one of the co-captains, and Hagley up front. Gain of 3, 2nd down and 7 from the 21. Henderson hit right at the line of scrimmage. Bill Romanowski stuffing Henderson at the line of scrimmage for very little gain, if any. Lindstrom, Boza, who has had an outstanding preseason, Correll, Degnan, and Thompson up front. Romanowski and Gaffney are the linebackers, and in the secondary, it's McPherson, Creshpain, Duran, and Munn. Secondary, as you look at Dick Anderson, the Rutgers head coach, BC's secondary came under a lot of fire last season. Gagliardi swings it out of the backfield to his fullback, Curtis Stevens. And Stevens dropped at the line of scrimmage by number 35, Carl Creshpain, the strong safety, who played it extremely well. And Rutgers gains only 3 yards in 3 downs and will have to punt it away.
Going into the game, Rutgers does not feel they can match up and try to hammer the ball in at Boston College. Their defense is too big. They have stopped in the running play the time before that. The play Creshpain made on the flat to stop them from getting the first down.
Matt O'Connell, who averaged 39 yards a punt, is in. And back deep to receive, Kelvin Martin, who was one of the best in the nation last year, averaging about 17 yards per return. Very high kick, and Martin lets it drop. Covered well by Rutgers, and finally downed by Barry Newman, number 30. They'll mark it at the 42. So Boston College, after the 38-yard punt, will again have good field position. And with 11:28 remaining in the first quarter, there is no score. Each team has had a possession, no score, as Boston College goes on offense for the second time. On the exchange of punts, they gained about 5 yards. Turner and Stratford in the backfield behind Sean Halloran. Kelvin Martin in motion. And Martin, and it's Flutie. Martin and Flutie both hooking at the 43 of Rutgers. Flutie hit immediately by Derek Baker, the free safety. But Flutie's second completion gives BC their first down.
Boston College is a pro-type passing attack right now. You see the play action, Halloran coming back. He had Martin in motion going to the outside, Flutie curling right over the top. You see the linebacker just missing it. Flutie going up and get the reception. Two defenders went with Martin. Flutie was wide open.
Gain of 15 yards. 1st and 10 from the Rutgers 43. Stratford. And a good play by number 26, Gene Austin, the cornerback, came up, fought through the block, and really did not allow BC to get around the corner.
In the first two series for Boston College, have been trying to run the football with Troy Stratford. That defense in Rutgers is doing a good job. That time Austin came up on the support, turned the play back, and made the tackle on an outstanding running back.
Gain of only 1, so it's 2nd down and 9. The ball at the Rutgers 42. Stratford again. This time he does get around the corner. And again, 26 Austin came up to trip him up, and Tyrone Stowe, 41, finished him off. But Stratford gets near the 35 of Rutgers.
We're talking about a great running back in Troy Stratford coming back from that hamstring injury. Just breaks it to the outside. The support is not there in open field. He is an unbelievable running back and takes it for out yardage. And I think they got a personal foul right at the end on Rutgers for spearing right on the sidelines. They're going to tack on 15 yards.
Tyrone Stowe, who is a hard hitter, a little overzealous, and busting Stratford out of bounds. Here's the call from James Garvey.
Dead ball foul, personal foul, spearing by the defense, and a 1st down.
That moves the football inside the 20-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10. They picked up 7 yards on the play, 15 on the penalty, for a total gain of 22 yards on the play.
Tyrone Stowe, just an over-eager linebacker. He's an excellent football player. Just tried to bring down Stratford when he was already down on the ground.
Halloran may have been audibilizing as he looks out for Kelvin Martin, but overthrows him. So it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 20. Martin covered by Steve Twomley, number 21, the left side cornerback.
What makes the Boston College passing attack so good is the fact they have Martin as a wide receiver, but also Troy Stratford in the backfield. They put Stratford in motion at times to the same side of the field as Martin. You cannot double cover both people, and Stratford and Martin are excellent receivers downfield.
Second and 10 from the Rutgers 20. Lots of time. And complete to Martin. Near the 10, he curled back and will be about a yard short of the 1st down. They mark it at about 11.5-yard line. Steve Twomley with the tackle.
Kelvin Martin knows how to get open against the zone defense. They put him in motion so that he does not get jammed at the line of scrimmage. The zone coverage, he reads it perfectly. He just sits down in the dead area. The ball is a little bit late getting to him. Then he started to come back to the football like a good wide receiver should for about 9 yards.
Halloran now 3 of 5 for 30 yards so far passing. 2nd down, or 3rd down, I should say. Stratford breaks a tackle and gets close to the 10. He needs to get just inside the 10 for the 1st down. 79, Doug Kokoski, the nose guard, making the tackle. And it's going to be 4th down and just inches to go.
Early in the game, Jack McNeil has a big decision to make here, whether to go for it on 4th down or go for the field goal to put some points on the board early. But that Rutgers defense has showed me that they're tough against the run inside, and Troy Stratford did all he could to get to the 10-yard line.
Last year, Kevin Rooney, who kicked field goals for Boston College, made only 3 of 11, none from outside the 30. So the short yardage offense is in there. Turner looks like he might have it. Rutgers says he does not. It will depend on where they mark it, and apparently he's going to be short. No gain on the carry by Turner. Matt Bachman, the left side inside linebacker, stopped him, and Rutgers will take over on down. Boston College nothing and Rutgers nothing, and we'll return to Alumni Stadium in just a moment. First and 10 Rutgers as they stopped Boston College at the Scarlet Knight 10-yard line. No score here in the first quarter. Gagliardi rolling, throwing from near his own goal line and completing it to the fullback Curtis Stevens, who gains about 5 to the 15 before Carl Creshpain, the strong safety, number 35, brings him down. It'll be 2nd down and 5.
And this is the game plan that Rutgers wants to run this afternoon. Get the ball to the backs, out of the backfield, throw the football to the fullback. A lot of teams, their fullback is usually a blocker. Stevens is a good receiver out of the backfield. So is Prescott. They're going to try to mix it up, not try to grind it out and try a punishing running game against Boston College defense.
Stevens, the biggest back in the backfield for Rutgers at 6'2" and 210. He's a senior. 2nd down 5. Stevens trying to get outside, and he does. Breaks the tackle and should have the first down as he's out near the 23. Good running by Curtis Stevens before Garrick McPherson, 48, bumped him out.
There was no hold. The play was designed to go inside off tackle. The hole was stuffed right at the line of scrimmage. Curtis Stevens just broke it back to the outside, turned the corner, no support by Boston College, and got the first down.
Stevens with a gain of 8 on his first carry. 1st and 10, Rutgers at their own 23. Stevens, the lone back, gets the football and picks up only 2. Bill Romanowski closing quickly as Stevens gets out near the 35. Mike Degden, number 98, also in on the tackle. Said the 35, it's the 25.
And even though Romanowski's a junior, he's become the leader of that defense. Mike Ruth, the Outland Trophy winner, who's now with the New England Patriots. Romanowski's taken over the team leader, leading the team in tackles last year. Just an outstanding football player.
2nd and 8. And Gagliardi slides down at the 32. Covered there by Romanowski, who led the team in tackles with 150 last year. But a penalty marker is thrown in the Rutgers backfield. And holding is the preliminary indication against the Scarlet Knights. There are 2 holding penalties, if you will, a 5-yard illegal use of hands penalty and a more severe 10-yard holding penalty. The indication from James Garvey was the more severe 10-yard holding penalty.
Probably the most inexperienced part of the Rutgers offense is their offensive line. They have young people across the board, 2 veterans coming back as the offensive center, Mike Dillon and Lee Getz, the right guard. Other than that, they're all young people, and they may have some problems today with that big Boston College defense.
Offensive holding, half the distance to the goal.
Well, James Garvey apparently forgetting to turn his microphone on.
Well, it's opening day for a lot of people, including the referees, I guess.
That's right. Head coaches, players, announcers, producers, directors, everybody. So the ball down inside the 9-yard line now, where it'll be 3rd down and 21 yards to go. Again, Stevens is the only back in the backfield. And Gagliardi's going nowhere. Bill Thompson, number 46, wrapping him up along with Tom Porrell, 72, the nose guard. Gain of perhaps 2 or 3 yards is all. It'll be 4th down.
Rutgers had a rollout left called in the huddle. Bill Thompson, the right linebacker, was coming off the corner, ran right into it, contained the play. He, along with Tom Porrell, brought Gagliardi down, trying to get outside the containment, possibly either throw the football or turn the corner and run.
It's actually 3rd down because of the penalty. 3rd down and 24. Stevens breaking a tackle, finally knocked down as he gets into the secondary by number 5, Ed Duran, the safety man out of North Bergen, New Jersey. Well short of the first down yardage, of course. It'll be 4th down and about 16 yards to go, and the punting unit is on.
Dick Anderson was an offensive coordinator at Penn State, playing it very safe right now. They've got a young football team. Did not want to put the ball up for grabs on 3rd and long, possibly of a turnover. Just ran a safe running play, and Stevens got some positive yards upfield.
Matt O'Connell back to punt. Kelvin Martin back to receive at near his own 40-yard line. Another high kick, but a short one by O'Connell, and it takes a BC bounce, bounding around midfield. So Boston College, which has enjoyed excellent field position, will have the ball at midfield after a 34-yard punt. We have a timeout here at Alumni Stadium. No score between Rutgers and Boston College, and we'll be right back. Neither team has been able to mount what has amounted to any kind of a drive so far. 5:27 to go in the first quarter, and from midfield, 1st and 10 Boston College as Halloran drops again and completes it to Kelvin Martin. Martin picks up 5 to the Rutgers 45 before he's finally corralled by Tyrone Stowe 41 and 21 Steve Twombly.
I think you see a lot more confidence Sean Halloran. Here's Martin right coming downfield. He reads zone coverage immediately and just sets it down, trying to get 5 or 6 yards here on first down. The ability of a wide receiver to read the coverage initially will help him get open. That time Martin did a good job.
So it'll be 2nd and 5 from the 45. Stratford looking for a hole, finding none. Good job by Rutgers to nullify the charge at the line of scrimmage. And it was Matt Bachman, number 59, making the hit on Stratford.
Well, every team needs a Matt Bachman because he's not the big football player, the well-publicized Tyrone Stowe, but he's a solid football player, does not make any mistakes. He's very disciplined out there, and when Troy Stratford tried to bend his back, Bachman's been there a number of times.
And Rutgers has looked very good against the run this entire quarter. Halloran trying to set up a screen, being chased out of the pocket, and it's incomplete. Intended on the near side for Jim Turner coming out of the backfield. He was covered by Derek Baker, number 19, the free safety. So it'll be 4th down and 5 yards to go, and again we'll have an exchange of punts.
I think most teams early in the year, like this first opening football game, the offense takes its time to finally get that cohesion. They're not playing well as a unit, either offense at this point. That's why it's been a first quarter of punts so far.
Eric Young back to receive David Rooney's punt, and again Rooney hangs it high. Boston College and Rutgers, 2 players colliding near the football, and someone may have touched the ball as they threw a marker at about the 9-yard line. So again, Rutgers will have their back to their own end zone. The score, Rutgers nothing, Boston College nothing. Will return here to Alumni Stadium in just a moment. The only difference in the game so far, field position, as Rutgers has been deep in their own territory since the word go. Boston College has enjoyed good field position, but has been unable to do anything with it. 1st and 10 Rutgers from their own 9-yard line. Prescott trying to get outside, and it's strung out nicely. Romanowski, number 40, or rather 53, along with Rick Nickerson, number 15, the left defensive end, not allowing Prescott to get around the corner. He gains 2 to the 11. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
Trying to run a quick toss to the outside. The short side of the field is very difficult. Romanowski knew where the sideline was, just pushed Prescott all the way, made him go wider and wider, finally out of bounds, made about 2 or 3 yards.
Something Jack Ham knows a little something about. Use that sideline, partner.
It can only help you.
That's right. Brian Cobb coming in motion. Gagliardi again flush from the pocket and throws it into the ground and incomplete. Intended for Eric Young, number 22. Creshbane, 35 on the coverage. So it'll be 3rd down and 8, still from the Rutgers 11-yard line.
Gagliardi stepped up in the pocket trying to find someone open downfield. Saw Young, but he's a little hesitant with the football, threw it right in the ground. For a lot of these quarterbacks, it's the first time they've been hit all year because in the practice and preseason practice, you never get to touch a quarterback. So the quarterbacks right now could be a little bit shaky here in the first half.
That's a good point. A guy would have a tendency, I guess, to even more so avoid contact at this point in the season. Gagliardi, after talking about things in the huddle, asks for a timeout from the officials. As you can see, 3 of 4 so far, but only 8 yards as they've all been short ones. 3 minutes and 43 seconds remaining in the first quarter, no score. And coming up at halftime today, the Boston College Screaming Eagles Marching Band will be performing for you. We'll have a review of the top 20 teams across the nation. Of course, the polls don't mean a whole lot at this point, but there are a lot of key games today already involving top 20 teams, and we'll give you a look at some of those games coming up later today and this evening. We'll have a TBEN Sports Spotlight feature on Heisman Trophy winner and Boston College All-American alumni Doug Flutie. Everyone knows about his illustrious past. We'll talk about Doug Flutie's uncertain future. We'll have scores of other games and highlights of the first half of this ball game. That's all coming up at halftime right here on TBEN today, and so stay with us.
I don't think in the history of college football there's ever been a more exciting football player than Doug Flutie. He could put points on the board almost at any time, and did against the University of Miami with a few seconds left.
Man, we'll take a look at that miracle pass to Gerard Phelan. You saw Jack Bicknell on the sidelines and his record against Rutgers, 5-0. Third down and 8. Rutgers from their own 11 after the timeout. Gagliardi again to throw. In his own end zone. And he barely gets out to about the 3-yard line before John Boza, number 97, drags him down. They'll mark it at the 4. It'll be 4th down, and Rutgers will have to punt from their own end zone.
John Boza taking on where Mike Ruth left off last year. You see right now the protection breaks down initially, and Gagliardi comes out of the pocket. Boza has good speed, 4.8 and a 40, runs Gagliardi down and brings him down right around the 4-yard line.
Matt O'Connell will have a problem because he won't be able to get as deep as he would ordinarily be. He's about 2 yards short, but he does get it away, and it's a good one. Kelvin Martin drifting back, takes it at his own 47. Nowhere to go as Rutgers covers it beautifully. And O'Connell hung it up for 49 yards and a long time on top of that. But Boston College again will have outstanding field position. They'll start from the Rutgers 46.
Steve, here in the first quarter, Boston College has started at their own 36, their own 42, the 50, and now on the Rutgers 46-yard line. They have an excellent field position, but the big surprise so far has been that Rutgers defense played extremely well here in the first quarter.
They have not allowed Boston College to capitalize on that field position. No score with 3:27 remaining in the first quarter. 1st and 10. Martin in motion. Halloran trying to get it to Martin. Again overthrows him out of bounds. Well, it'll be 2nd down and 10. Still outside the 46. Lewis Morrill, number 14, on the coverage for Rutgers.
It's going to take a while for Boston College and Rutgers to get their passing game timing down right now. That time Halloran trying to get the football out to Calvin Martin on an out pattern. The timing was not there. The ball was way over Calvin Martin's head. I'm sure maybe in the second quarter and in the beginning of the next half, I think those timing routes will start to come around.
That shot of Jack Bicknell on the sidelines as he signals in the offensive plays to Sean Halloran. 2nd down 10. Again, good protection and complete to Darren Flutie over the middle. Flutie near the 40-yard line. Will be short of the 1st down. Wrapped up by Tyrone Stowe, number 41. Senior from Passaic, New Jersey. Darren has really come into his own. He came here, of course, and lived in the shadow of being Doug Flutie's younger brother, but he is an athlete of quality in his own right.
He complements Calvin Martin so well. He's a possession-type receiver, gets the ball underneath the zones like he did right there. Calvin Martin's a deep threat. They complement each other very well.
3rd down and 4 from the Rutgers 41. Incomplete as Flutie will draw a penalty flag. 2 officials on the play. One threw a flag, the other didn't. 21 Steve Twombly called for interference near the 30-yard line of Rutgers.
They had a screen set up for Troy Stratford. Rutgers had man-to-man coverage, so they had to go up top, downfield. They call the interference for coming over the top. We'll have to wait for the official's call right now, but you see Halloran right now dropping back. You see he's looking to the right side. That's where Stratford has gone out for the screen. He was covered. Then he went downfield. And you see Twombly coming over the back right here, getting a piece of the football. They probably called him for his left hand on the body.
And it was the official behind the play that made the call, so you're probably right, Joe.
He hit the ball with his right hand, with his left hand was on the body of Darren Flutie. The official threw the flag. A big play right there gives Boston College a first down. They would probably had to punt the football away if that play would have stood up.
Rutgers' 4th penalty. It is a 15-yard penalty, remember. It's not marked off.
Pass interference, less than 15 yards. It's a spot foul and a first down.
So they mark it from the spot. It's marked at the 28-yard line. So the maximum that any interference call can be is a 15-yard penalty. This was less than 15 yards, so it's marked at the spot. 1st and 10 from the 28. Some preliminary movement in the line as Stratford heads for the sideline and gets tripped up by number 3, Sean Washington. But the offensive or defensive lines moved a little too soon.
I think they caught Harry Swain, number 90, for being in the neutral zone. Halloran that time took a long time. You see Harry Swain right here in the neutral zone. Halloran took a long time with the snap count. Caught the defensive line jumping or trying to time the snap. Halloran did a good job that time, got through the 5-yard penalty. And Harry Swain was caught in the neutral zone.
That's the 5th penalty against Rutgers. Boston College has yet to be charged with a penalty. So it's 1st down and 5 now from the 23. A little swing pass to Stratford. He has a couple of blockers out in front of him and gets down inside the 20 before he's tripped up by Lewis Morrill, the strong safety. It's enough for a first down, or very close to it. They mark it at the 19-yard line, so it's actually going to be maybe a foot short.
Well, that's Boston College bread and butter play. It's called a read screen. They come out to snap the football. Halloran looks, and if they're playing a zone defense where they're dropping off, he'll dump the football to Stratford with 2 blockers in front of him and let Stratford do what he does best in open field. If they come up in man-to-man coverage on Stratford, then he goes downfield to Martin or Flutie.
So officially a gain of 4 on the play, as it'll be 2nd down and 1. Turner and Stratford behind Halloran in the I formation. And flags go down as the 25-second clock expired. So a delay of game will be charged against Boston College, their first penalty of the afternoon. And it'll now be 2nd down and 6.
Jack McNeil does not look happy. It's 2nd down and short yardage for a first down, and drew the 5-yard delay of game penalty. That's again just the offense not being in sync, not getting to the line of scrimmage, because Halloran can look at that clock and see where it is and try to hurry up his offense. He did not that time and drew the 5-yard penalty.
There's a 25-second clock posted at each end of the stadium so that the quarterbacks can look directly into it while calling signals. 2nd and 6 from the 24. Stratford on the pitch. May have lost a yard. Covered nicely by Doug Kokoski, number 79. As again, the Rutgers Scarlet Knights defense with good penetration against the running game.
Rutgers is playing good, sound team defense against the run. Sean Washington, left corner, he's coming up and supporting the play, turning Stratford back in. That's when Kokoski comes and helps out on the tackle. They're playing good team defense at Rutgers defense.
So it's 3rd down and 7 after the loss of 1. Both Flutie and Martin are split out wide to the left. And Halloran is rushed and has to throw it away. Trying to get it to Sean Murphy, the tight end. Pressure from Lewis Morrill as the blitz was on, and Morrill was right in Halloran's face. So after having a 2nd and 1 deep in Rutgers territory, it's now 4th and 7.
The Boston College offense having a hard time reading the blitz. Halloran did not see Morrill coming off the corner. He's trying to get the ball to Sean Murphy, the tight end. He never even looked back for the play. They're having a tough time getting their offense on track.
Sean Carmody will hold for Brian Lowe, a sophomore walk-on who played soccer last year, and he will attempt his first field goal. It's up from the 32, and a 42-yard attempt is wide to the right. So David Rooney, who made only 3 of 11 field goals for Boston College last year, replaced by Brian Lowe, who misses in his first attempt. And there is still no score, and we have just 39 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
going into the game, Rutgers was decided 12.5-point underdog, but they really withstood the great field position Boston College has had here in the first quarter. Still 0-0. Now they have the best field position they've had in the first quarter.
They do, in fact, at the 25-yard line. And a pitch out of the backfield to Mike Body, and Body goes nowhere. Wrapped up, maybe even just short, well, right at the line of scrimmage. They mark it at the 25, so no gain on the play on Body's first carry. And the clock continues to run now with 23 seconds remaining in the quarter.
Looks like the defensive line from Boston College is trying to take control of the football game. They put a lot of pressure on Gagliardi the series before that, trying to shut down the running game right now. So I'm sure they're going to tee off, trying to rush the passer on second down and long. And
they've gone to a four-man front, as you saw Dave Nugent, the middle guard, go out of the game for Boston College, number 71. Second and 10, Gagliardi over the middle, intercepted by Romanowski. Romanowski back to the 20-yard line of Rutgers, the first turnover of the afternoon. And again, Boston College right down there, deep in Rutgers territory.
Romanowski got a gift interception. Defense really put pressure on the quarterback, enabling Romanowski to step underneath and get the interception.
So a big break for BC. We'll see if they can capitalize, but that's the end of the first quarter with the score Rutgers nothing and Boston College nothing. Steve Zabriskie and Jack Ham back at Alumni Stadium. Here's the interception that ended the first half, or first quarter.
See the pressure putting on by John Bozen, number 97. That enabled Romanowski to come up with the interception. He's getting a pressure right where a quarterback does not want to have pressure. That's right up the middle. He does not see Romanowski cutting underneath the tight end Campbell, and he picked the ball off.
So Boston College with the first turnover of the game, first and 10 from the Rutgers 20. Over the middle, tipped by both receivers. The tight end Casparillo breaking over the middle, and then Flutie down near the 5-yard line. Neither one could come up with it. Twomley, number 21, with the coverage on Darren Flutie. So it'll be second down and 10.
Rutgers took a real chance on their defense. They came with everybody. Had man-to-man coverage. They had a lot of pressure on the quarterback. Halloran threw it right down the middle, almost had it picked off.
Rushing yardage the same. The big difference, Boston College with 45 through the air. But neither team has been able to amount anything that even closely resembles a drive.
Definitely been a defensive struggle here in the first quarter.
Maybe the understatement of the day, partner. Halloran again with lots of time. Firing it over the middle. Incomplete. They say Flutie trapped the ball right near the goal line, so it'll be third down and 10. And the frustrations for Sean Halloran and Boston College continue. BC has enjoyed outstanding field position. They did attempt a 42-yard field goal that was wide. And let's look at the play again.
See Halloran throwing the ball right down the middle. Great protection. Flutie coming across on a crossing route. The ball is very low. You see it hit the ground first. Flutie did a good job of short hopping it, trying to get the referees lobbying for a reception down around the 1.
Third and 10. Kelvin Martin getting free, but again, Halloran overthrows him. Lewis Morrow with the coverage, but Kelvin Martin had Morrow beaten. And for about the 4th time this afternoon, when Martin has been open, Halloran has overthrown him.
Lewis Morrow is coming on the blitz, but if Stratford comes out of the backfield, he has to cover him. He was beaten by about 2 or 3 steps up the sideline, and Halloran did not have the touch to put the ball to Stratford. Would have been an easy touchdown.
So again, Brian Lowe on to attempt what will amount to now a 36-yard field goal, maybe 37. Bad snap, and it did not make it. Carmody did a good job of getting the ball on the tee as the snap was not a good one. And Lowe's timing thrown a little bit off, and he misses from 36. So missed field goals from 42 and 36 yards by Boston College. Still no score. Rutgers will take over, and they will have the ball at their own 20, first and 10.
Well, I learned a long time ago, when you have an opportunity to put a young team away early in a football game, you do it. Put the points on the board, and you really make it an uphill battle for a Rutgers team. Boston College has great field position, unable to capitalize on any of these turnovers.
And the frustration continues to mount. Prescott and Body in the backfield behind Joe Gagliardi. Rolling, and Bill Thompson wraps him up near the 15-yard line. Thompson also stripped the ball, but the officials rule that it will remain in Rutgers' possession.
And that was really the fault of Joe Gagliardi. He came out, he had a blocker in front of him. He took the inside. He took the inside on the blocker right into Thompson. You see him play action right now. It's a little counter fake coming out to the outside. He stays to the outside. He's home free. He turned back inside. That enabled Thompson to come off the block and make the play.
So a loss of 5 as they mark it at the 15. It'll be 2nd down and 15 yards to go. Rutgers has not been out of their own territory yet. The tight end Campbell changes side. Prescott out across the 20 to the 21, knocked out of bounds by Steve Williams, number 2. Prescott, number 39, or rather, Lip said it is. No, it's 29 Prescott. I can't see today for some reason. Prescott's 5'8", 190 pounds, a junior from Willingboro, New Jersey. Averaged 5'9" a carry last year, as you see.
We see Bruce Campbell, the tight end, going back and forth at the line of scrimmage. What they're trying to do is change the support for the secondary Boston College, make the weak safety support to run sometimes, not only the strong safety.
3rd down and 8. Gagliardi firing quickly and incomplete and picked off. Tipped in the air. And a penalty marker is thrown. And it could be that Ed Duran, the safety, is going to be charged with interference as he was all over the intended receiver. And that is the call. Interference against Boston College.
Looking at another turnover. The ball gets deflected up in the air. You see Gagliardi just dropping straight back, trying to throw across the middle, trying to get the ball to Campbell. And you see Duran coming in to put his hand in there right about the same time as the ball got there. It's a very close call. 2 flags came down. Pass interference. Rutgers keeps possession of the football.
Rico Labby, number 4, actually picked it off out of the air, but that's negated by the interference charge to Ed Duran, number 5. So it's now 1st and 10, Rutgers from their own 26. Gagliardi completes it to Cobb. And Cobb run out of bounds at the 29-yard line by Garrick McPherson, number 48, a junior defensive back from Baltimore, Maryland.
Gagliardi trying to just get some confidence right now in the passing game, threw the ball to the outside to Cobb against his zone defense. Got a good reception, turned upfield, got a few yards, but right now Gagliardi and Sean Howard from Boston College, both quarterbacks were very shaky here in the first half.
That's one of Rutgers' best gains of the day, an 8-yard pass completion to make it 2nd down and 10 from their own 29. Prescott close to the 1st down. He should have it as they'll mark it outside the 35 at the 38. Carl Pelagata, number 49, the safety man, ran Prescott out of bounds. As you see Prescott now with 3 rushes for 12 yards. And that is the first, or the 3rd first down for Rutgers. And we have 13-19 left to go in the 2nd quarter. No score from Boston College. Cobb in motion. Gagliardi. Cobb makes the catch, but he makes it out of bounds. It's incomplete. Steve Williams, number 2, with the coverage. And it'll be 2nd down and 10. Still at the 38.
The game plan with offense of Rutgers is trying to roll out with Gagliardi coming outside containment. Boston College has done a good job, well disciplined on the corners of containing Gagliardi, making him turn up, pull up to throw the football, that time off balance, going to his left, and threw the ball out of bounds. Mike
Dillon, the center, over the ball for Rutgers. 2nd down and 10, and Prescott breaks out of the backfield. Finally knocked down as he crosses into Boston College territory. Ed Duran, number 5, and Vincent Munn, number 28, make the tackle in the secondary, but Prescott with by far the best rushing gain for Rutgers this afternoon, and they are in BC territory for the first time.
Just a little delay, letting the defensive line rush up the field. You see Prescott get the ball now, get good blocking, get it turned around the corner. He's 5'8", 190 pounds. He's a tough running back to bring down. He got an open field and got the first down for Rutgers.
There is, however, a penalty on the play that will be apparently tacked on to the game. So Rutgers will move even deeper into Boston College territory, and it's a major 15-yarder. Let's see what James Garvey said.
12 men on the defense. First down.
Saw too many guys out there for Boston College. It didn't do them any good.
You know things are going bad when you have 12 guys out there. They get the longest run of the game so far by Prescott.
So a 16-yard gain by Prescott and a 15-yard penalty tacked on. A gain of 31. 1st and 10 at the Boston College 31. A fake to Mike Body. Gagliardi again being chased, and Bill Thompson has him. Gagliardi will gain a couple, maybe 3 yards to the 28 as Thompson runs him down. Bill Thompson, a junior from Trenton, New Jersey, 6'2", 220 pounds.
Thompson has had a few injuries in the past. He's healthy right now. He runs the 40 in 4.58. Very quick for a defensive end or stand-up linebacker. That time he just ran Gagliardi down, did not let him turn the corner.
That was your 40 time, wasn't it?
That was my 10-yard time. Downhill.
Nah. You're too tough on yourself. 2nd down and 7. Henderson, he's got good speed, runs over his own blocker, and finally trips down. Number 48, Garrick McPherson, was the man in his way. But Henderson actually ran into his own blocker, or he might have gone all the way.
The Rutgers coaches tell me this is a big play running back for them right now. Henderson very quick. You see him turn the corner, turn inside, now make the break back. 2 or 3 people try to arm tackle him. Really, his own man gets in his way. That really brings him down, or Henderson would have scored a touchdown.
Henry Henderson from Akron, Ohio.
And all of a sudden, Rutgers, after doing nothing here in the first quarter, now have a great field position down inside the 15.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line of Boston College. There is no score here in the second quarter. A fake to Henderson. And Gagliardi throwing on the run and completing it to Brian Cobb, who's out of bounds at the 4-yard line of Boston College. Steve Williams on the coverage, but Gagliardi to Cobb for a big completion and the first offensive drive by either team today. Cobb, a junior from Steelton, Pennsylvania.
A big completion and a very tough throw by Gagliardi. He's rolling out to his left. He's a right-handed quarterback. We'll see it right now. He's a play action, trying to hold the linebackers in. He fakes to Henderson, brings the ball back out, gets the containment knocked down. Now he has Cobb coming back to the football right near the out-of-bounds marker, catches the ball and goes out inside the 5.
1st and goal from the 4-yard line in a power I formation. Stevens banging inside the 5, gets a couple down near the 3-yard line. On the bottom of the pile, Bill Romanowski, as usual, along with Ted Gaffney, number 57.
And that's where the running gets very, very tough. And I'm not sure Rutgers has the offensive running backs who can hammer the ball in there from the 3-yard line. They're small running backs. Henderson's about 165 pounds, and Prescott's about 190. So they don't have those big fullbacks in there who can get that tough short yardage or goal line yardage.
Chains are out for a measurement, and it is just enough for a first down. So it'll be 1st and goal. Rutgers now inside the 5 at the 3-yard line. 11-11 remaining in the second quarter. No score. Boston College has missed 2 field goals. One of 42 and one of 36 yards. And the Scarlet Knights of Rutgers are putting on the first offensive drive by either team today. Prescott trying to get outside, and Romanowski is right there to wrap him up. Bill at 6'3" and 225. a junior from Vernon, Connecticut, again makes the big play.
We talked about Romanowski being an All-American candidate. You see him coming right now on the blitz. Comes up right in the alley. Has the quickness to bring down Prescott before he can turn the corner. He's not only a big linebacker, 225 pounds, 224 pounds, but also very quick.
A loss on the play back to the 4-yard line, where it is now 2nd and goal. Gagliardi with a double fake and incomplete, intended for Prescott out of the backfield, and he should have had it. It went right off his fingertips, and it'll now be 3rd and goal from the 4.
I think right now Dick Anderson feels he cannot hammer the football in or try to run outside on 1st down. Now trying to throw the ball to one of his backs out of the backfield. He just feels he does not have the offensive line and the tough enough running backs or big enough running back to hammer the ball inside and run the ball in for a touchdown.
That was Dan Lipsett, number 39, who was the intended receiver. But he is out of there. Henderson on a wing. And Matt Prescott, the only setback behind Gagliardi, who rolls right. Touchdown, Rutgers. Gagliardi hits Henderson in the end zone for the first score of the day, and it is 6-0 Rutgers with just over 10 minutes remaining in the 2nd quarter.
Rutgers offense has been roll out right, roll out left, and have Gagliardi throw the football. That time he did get contained by one of the defensive ends of Boston College. You see him right now, a play action, and rolling out to his right, trying to find the open man downfield. Henderson's down in the end zone, just trying to work himself free. He turns back in the open area. Good throw by Gagliardi.
Rutgers faked the extra point kick by Doug Giesler and went for 2 and made it. Rutgers with some real razzle-dazzle on the extra point to get a 2-point conversion. We have a timeout here at Alumni Stadium with the score now Rutgers 8, Boston College nothing. We'll be right back. Rutgers, after doing nothing on offense, 8-0 now, and here is the unusual little shovel pass play on a fake. See the center flip the ball over, and they get a 2-point conversion.
Almost like a shovel pass, and Boston College defense was not alert. Neither was Jack Hanfield. I didn't even see it up here in the booth.
Well, we were replaying the touchdown play. We thought they were just lining up for the extra point, and as you could tell, all the offensive linemen were off to one side, but they often do that. Now, Giesler will kick it off, and Tyrone Taylor will take it for BC at the 10-yard line. Taylor finds an opening and gets out to about the 28 before he is jumped on by a host of white-shirted Scarlet Knights. Boston College will again start with pretty good field position, but they now trail 8-0 as this 14-play, 80-yard drive by Rutgers. It took 4.5 minutes. And remember, there was a Boston College interception that was nullified by a pass interference penalty right before the start of that drive by Rutgers. They took advantage of the fact that they did not turn the ball over and took it all the way down for a score. So BC 1st and 10 from their own 28, trailing 8-0. And Troy Stratford cannot get outside. Again, Rutgers playing the run really tough. And Alec Hoke, number 69, coming up from his linebacker position, turn that play back in a hurry, and there'll be a loss of 2 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 12.
I'm sure Jack Picknell thought going into the game with the addition of Troy Stratford, a healthy Troy Stratford, that they'd be able to run the football. Then they have a lot of play action pass. So far up to this point, going into 9:31 left, they have not been able to run the football at all against that Rutgers defense. Stratford has only 10 yards on 7 carries. Second and 12. Halloran getting blitzed and dropped. Number 90, Harry Swain, at 6'5" and 255, a senior out of Philadelphia, sweeping around from right defensive end to drop Halloran for a loss back at the 19-yard line. Harry Swain was the most improved lineman in the spring practice. You see Halloran dropping back, looking to his right. He never even sees Swain till the last minute. He's got good quickness. Tyrone Stowe told me that not one offensive lineman on Rutgers' offensive team can block Harry Swain. Outstanding play.
Third down and 19 yards to go. Halloran with time now. Fires over the middle. Intercepted. Picked off by number 91, Pat Udovich. And Udovich returns it inside the 15-yard line of Boston College. They'll mark it at the 16 or 17, actually. And Rutgers with another big play. We'll be right back knocking on Boston College's door. The score right now, Rutgers 8, Boston College nothing, and we'll return to Alumni Stadium in just a moment. Rutgers leading 8-0, and a big play by sophomore linebacker Pat Udovich from Brookhaven, Pennsylvania, number 91.
Really an interception of frustration with no pressure on Halloran. But Udovich was right there underneath. Two Rutgers player defenders right there. Udovich picks it off. Now he turns into a running back. Got some blocking and took the ball down to the 17-yard line.
First and 10, Rutgers. Henderson in motion, and a pitch to Stevens. Stevens with a good stiff arm runs over another tackler and gets down to about the 15 or 14-yard line. A lot of effort for only a few yards. Ted Gaffney, number 57, finally brought him down. They'll mark it at the 15, a gain of 2. It'll be second down and 8.
Carl Creshbane, a strong safety, came up and made him penetrate deeper into the backfield, make him turn the corner. And the rest of Boston College defenders came along. But Stevens, a big, tough running back, the senior running back, is hard to bring down in open field.
Stevens has 23 yards rushing, Prescott 28, and Henderson 14 for a Rutgers total of 65. Boston College has plus 4 yards rushing as a team total. Swung out of the backfield for Stevens, who's inside the 5. Knocked out of bounds near the 2-yard line. Vincent Munn, number 28, kept Stevens from going into the end zone, but Rutgers very near. And they do have a first and goal.
Stevens coming out of the back. That'll be a blown assignment by the Boston College secondary. No one around him right near the sideline. Not only a good runner, but an excellent receiver. He just turns it upfield and gets what he could down inside the 3-yard line. Jack McNeil on the sideline does not look very happy.
Boston College had their chances with field position and possessions in the first quarter and could not score. So it's first and goal, Rutgers from the 2-yard line. Flags fly. Before the play can get off, there are 5 seconds remaining on the 25-second clock. It is illegal procedure, however, against Rutgers. And if there has been one downside to Rutgers' performance so far, this is their 6th penalty for 57 yards. The illegal procedure will move the ball back to the 7, where it will still be first and goal.
You never want to get penalties at all during a game, but especially inside the 5-yard line when you're going into the score. Now it changes the entire offense. You're going to have to throw the football to try to get in. Maybe try to, again, go to Stevens, the fullback, out of the backfield.
Stevens and Henderson behind in the I formation. Gagliardi rolling. Romanowski knocks him down near the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard on the play. Gain of 1. They mark it at the 6, where it'll be second down and goal.
That time Gagliardi got outside of containment, got out to the corner and tried to turn it up. But Romanowski has shown that great quickness that he has, brought him down right at the 6-yard line. We're going to have to throw the football upfield, possibly maybe even to Campbell, the tight end, because he usually can work himself free in that 8 to 10-yard area. You may try to go to him.
And they have 2 tight ends in the ball game, Greg Allbird and Bruce Campbell. But Gagliardi unable to get out of the backfield at all. 98 Mike Degnan, a senior from Norwood, Massachusetts, with good penetration. So a loss of a yard on the play, back to the 7-yard line, and it's third down and goal.
They tried a little bit of a trick play that time. Was the down the line option with Gagliardi taking the ball and coming down, hoping maybe to pitch the ball back. But Boston College defense played extremely well on the play, and Gagliardi had to eat the ball right at the 7.
The defenses have dominated, except for the 180-yard drive by Rutgers. Third and goal from the 7. Quick pass by Gagliardi on a timing pattern. Incomplete. Overthrown is Roy Hoover, a junior wide receiver. Garrick McPherson was covering on the play, so it is 4th and goal from the 7. The field goal unit will come on for Rutgers.
McPherson, the left cornerback, did a good job on Hoover, jamming him at the line of scrimmage, forcing him wide. You're trying to time it up with your quarterback. The timing was not there because McPherson jammed Hoover right at the line of scrimmage.
Matt O'Connell, the punter, will hold for Doug Giesler, a sophomore from Barrington, Illinois. From the 15-yard line, it's no good. A chip shot, 25-yard field goal. Neither field goal kicker has been able to convert. So the score with 5:56 remaining and a timeout on the field, the score remains Rutgers 8, Boston College nothing, and we'll be right back. As you see, 5:56 remaining in the second quarter, and a very key series of downs as Boston College stops Rutgers after the Knights had a first down inside the 5. Jim Turner carries the ball on 1st and 10 from the Boston College 20-yard line. Harry Swain, number 90, makes the tackle, and a gain of 2 on the play to the 22 will make it 2nd down and 8.
Harry Swain came down the line of scrimmage and stopped the running back for about a 2-yard gain, but the whole defense from the Rutgers front line coming off the football, beating the Boston College offensive line at the point of attack and not giving that running back any room at all to run with the football. Rutgers with 54 yards rushing to Boston College's 6. Halloran has had a lot of time today, and he completes one out of the backfield to Stratford, who is wrapped up by Matt Bachman, number 59. A gain to the 30, or make that the 29-yard line, will bring up 3rd down and 1. Jack Bicknell signaling in the play. Rutgers defense are playing a deep zone, taking away the deep threat by Calvin Martin. And they're reacting up when anybody catches the football in front of them. The linebackers and defensive back reacting very quickly. They don't give the receiver any time to run after he catches the ball, that's for sure. Martin coming back for the ball, and it's too high as he reached up for it. He wants a flag as he felt he was hit too soon by Gene Austin, number 26, out of Port Jefferson, New York. But throwing the football on 3rd down and 1 tells you what kind of confidence they have or don't have in their running game. Steve, you're exactly right. Jack McNeil knows exactly how this first half has been going. On 3rd down and 1 at the hook pattern to Calvin Martin. The timing was not there. They have to punt the football away again. Dan McHarris is back deep to receive as David Rooney kicks it, and it takes a BC bounce. McHarris inside the 30-yard line will be dropped there as he's covered after a 40-yard punt by Rooney. Rutgers will have 1st and 10 at their own 29, leading in the ball game with 4:38 left to play in the second quarter. The score: Rutgers 8, Boston College nothing. Steve Zabriskie along with Jack Ham back at Alumni Stadium here on the campus of Boston College, and you're looking at a new upper deck here at Alumni Stadium that was just completed this winter, along with some luxury boxes as they refurbish Alumni Stadium after many years. They are also in the process of doing it on the other side of the field, and this is where we are. A beautiful temporary scaffolding that we're told cost $100,000 to build, and they're going to have a beautiful upper deck and a whole new press facility on this side next season. Rutgers 1st and 10 from their own 29, 8-0. They lead the game here in the second quarter as Gagliardi again rolls out, and he completes it. Coming back for the ball, number 22 Eric Young making the reception at the 34-yard line. Vincent Munn was blitzing on the play, number 28, and put the pressure on Gagliardi, but he completed the pass, and it'll be a 2nd down and about 5 yards to go. It looked like initially Gagliardi would have been stopped for about a 5 or 6 yard loss in the backfield. He bounced off of a few people, turned to the outside, and he found Young wide open downfield. He got about 6 or 7 yards. Anderson and Curtis Stevens in the backfield behind Gagliardi on 2nd and 5 from the 34. Stevens runs into Henderson but breaks a tackle and gets across the 35 to about the 37. Romanowski again over there to pull him down from behind.
and it's a gain of 3. It'll be 3rd down and 2.
I think so far in the first half, Steven has been the exciting runner and receiver out of the backfield for him. That time, Romanowski thought what could have been a big gain by Stevens, brought him down on a shoestring tackle. He breaks that tackle by Romanowski, and Stevens will run a long way.
Stevens with 6 carries for a total of 26 yards is the leading rusher. Nope, he's second to Prescott, who has 28. And Prescott is the leading rusher in the ball game. 3rd and 2 and preliminary movement. Number 71, Dave Nugent, the nose guard, touching the offensive center for Rutgers, Mike Dillon.
See Gagliardi taking a long time at the line of scrimmage. When you change up that count, that cadence with your snap count, that usually brings off that nose tackle or one of the defensive linemen trying to time the snap.
Dead ball, contact, defense, first down.
Boston College goes to their, I guess you'd call it, nickel defense. Linebacker Gaffney out of there, and Rico Labby, number 4, an extra defensive back in. 1st and 10 on the penalty now at the 42 of Rutgers. Stevens banging up through the middle, picks up 3 or 4 as he gets it out near the 45 before Vincent Munn, number 28, brings him down. 2 minutes and 37 seconds remaining in the first half. An 8-0 Rutgers lead, and now Stevens is the leading rusher in the game with 30 yards.
I think Dick Anderson feels right now that Stevens has the hot hand. We're going to go with that running back. He's made some good yardage inside. That time Boston College came with a blitz off the corner. Stevens almost caught Boston College in the blitz and almost made a big play.
Rutgers has 2 timeouts remaining as the clock gets near the 2-minute mark. 2nd and 7 from their own 45. Gagliardi over the middle and completes it to his tight end, number 89, Bruce Campbell, a junior at 225 pounds, and it was Rico Labby, number 4, who made the hit. Another first down for Rutgers as they move into BC territory at the Eagle 47 with 2 minutes now remaining in the first half.
Campbell is really Gagliardi's favorite receiver. That time Boston College again came with the blitz right up the middle. Gagliardi getting a little more comfortable back there, read it perfectly. Campbell hooked it up and he put the ball right there.
Rutgers now with 10 first downs. Gagliardi with a fake draw under some pressure from Boza, gets it away to Henderson out of the backfield, and Henderson hit immediately by Romanowski and Creshbane at the 42. So a gain of 4.5 or 5 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 5. Clock still running now with 1:12 remaining. Rutgers, the first of the 2 teams to get untracked offensively, leading 8-0. Incomplete, intended for Brian Cobb, number 20, or Eric Young it is, number 22. Young covered by Vincent Munn, but the ball just in and out of Young's hands, and the incompletion stops the clock with 59 seconds as Dick Anderson hollers something into Gagliardi.
Gagliardi stood right in there. He got a lot of pressure up the middle by Mike Degnan coming right at him. He stood in there, threw the football to the outside to Young. The ball was right there. It went right through the arm of Eric Young.
So 3rd down and 5, still at the Boston College 42. Split backs in the backfield. Stevens and Henderson, and it's Stevens on the delay inside the 35. He hammers down near the 32-yard line. Romanowski, Garrick McPherson, and Ed Duran on the tackle, but there is a penalty marker down, and preliminarily the signal is holding against Rutgers.
Well, they're going to catch Leak at the offensive lineman for holding on John Boza, but John Boza was not even involved in the play. He had rushed up the field. The play had already gone by him. Boza was standing there, and they called holding on him to bring that play back. Would have given Rutgers a first down.
3rd down.
Well, when the coaches see that on the game film, they will point that out and run it over and over and over.
And I see a couple coaches, Rutgers coaches down there on the sideline with a little gray hair from that play because they had a good field position with about a little less than a minute to go in the half. A chance to put a few more points on the board before the half ends, and that penalty really killed them.
Timeout now as Gagliardi comes to the near sideline. Boston College called timeout with 51 seconds remaining. The score, Rutgers 8 and Boston College nothing. Will return to Alumni Stadium in just a minute. Boston College, and here's what's coming up at halftime again. We'll have the Screaming Eagles marching band for you from BC. Our Spotlight on Sports feature, a live interview with Doug Flutie, former Heisman Trophy winner here at BC. We'll show you the key games coming up this week, later today and tonight, and we'll also have highlights of the first half and the first half stats for you. 51 seconds remaining in the half. 3rd down and 15 for Rutgers at their own 47. Gagliardi steps up in the pocket and throws long and incomplete. He had 2 receivers down there, Roy Hoover and his tight end Bruce Campbell. Neither could get to the ball. Garrick McPherson probably the closest to the ball, the BC defensive back.
Joe Gagliardi would love to have that one back, as he had Campbell, the tight end, sticking right down the middle, behind the linebacker, in front of the defensive back. Would have had the first down around the 25-yard line, just overthrew him.
Matt O'Connell on to punt. Kelvin Martin back deep to receive for Boston College. O'Connell has gotten off a 48-yarder this afternoon. An end-over-end job that Martin will take at about the 14. And hauled down from behind, and a good play by number 59, Matt Bachman. A 39-yard punt, and Kelvin Martin had a hole, but Bachman dragged him down.
It'll be interesting to see what Boston College tries to do right here with the ball on the 24-yard line. I'm sure Rutgers will play a deep zone, make everything happen in front of them with 36 seconds left to go. They do not want to give up a big score right before the end of the half, and Halloran has been very shaky throwing the football.
Halloran this afternoon 7 of 17 for just 52 yards as he's back to pass. 1st and 10 from the 24, and he throws it into the ground. It was intended for the tight end, Peter Casparillo, but incomplete. Gene Austin, 26, with the coverage. So 36 seconds remaining in the first half. 2nd down and 10. Boston College at their own 24.
So when you're a quarterback playing against a defense that Rutgers is throwing at you right now, you've got to be a very patient quarterback. You don't have the deep threat downfield. You can't get the ball deep for big yardage. You've got to just nickel and dime a defense all the way down the field. And it's, with 36 seconds left to go in the half, Rutgers does not have enough time.
The officials have called a timeout, and James Garvey is going to each head coach. I think what happened is that on that play, the clock failed to start, and there are still 36 seconds remaining. Consequently, the officials are informing both coaches of exactly how much official time remains in the half. And now James Garvey comes over to Dick Anderson of Rutgers, saying 4 seconds, I think.
Dick is probably saying that was about a 12-second play.
Yeah. Wasn't that about 28 seconds? So if we can figure out the hand signals. Yes, 32 seconds, says James Garvey. He wants the clock run down to 32 seconds. Thank you very much. And they do so. So now everything is squared away.
Well, they're making a new stadium and new stands over here. They probably will work also on the clock as well to make sure that is functioning from now on.
Or the clock operator. Boston College Eagle has not had a lot to flap his wings about. 2nd down and 10. Halloran looking again for the tight end. This time it's Sean Murphy, number 89, who hauls it in and goes out of bounds at the BC 42. Run out of bounds by Gene Austin, 26. Murphy is senior from Norwell, Massachusetts, with his first reception, and it's a 1st down for Boston College.
Again, it's a tight end dragging underneath defensive backs. That time, good yardage, taking the football out of bounds, stopping the clock on the 43-yard line.
Gain of 19 yards on the play, and here we go again as Halloran drops back. Firing down the sidelines and completes it to Peter Casparillo. Casparillo with a good catch, getting that ball under control as he was bumped out of bounds by Tyrone Stowe, number 41. Clock stops with 19 seconds remaining. And it's another first down for Boston College, now at the Rutgers 47.
I'd like to maybe get an opportunity for at least a field goal here with 19 seconds left. Maybe put some points, or at least attempt to put some points on the board.
Gain of 11 on the play. Halloran again with time over the middle, incomplete. Intended again for Sean Murphy, but overthrown as Murphy and number 14 Lewis Morrow have a little after the play shove. 14 seconds remaining. It'll be second down and 10.
Well, that time Morrow did a good job of playing man-to-man coverage underneath Murphy. Ball had thrown perfectly to Murphy over Morrow's head, and Sean Halloran was not able to do that. Good coverage downfield by the secondary.
Halloran has received the play from Jack Bicknell from the Rutgers 47 with 14 seconds remaining in the half. Deep down the sideline, tipped and incomplete. Intended for number 23 Troy Stratford out of the backfield. Sean Washington, number 3, with the coverage along with Gene Austin, 26. Stratford landed on his head and the ball landed on the turf, now with 8 seconds left to play in the half.
Rutgers not known for their man-to-man defense. That time playing man underneath with 3 deep secondaries. The defensive backs are lined up on a 20 or 25 yard line, and as soon as the snap of the ball, they even retreated even further. Do not want to give up a deep bomb. That secondary just playing, making everything happen underneath. They do not want to give up any kind of big play here.
Third down and 10 from the Rutgers 47, and a penalty flag thrown in the backfield as Halloran tries to avoid the rush but cannot. Thrown down by Matt Bachman, who's played an outstanding game defensively, as has the Rutgers defense for that matter. Time expired on the clock, but the half cannot end on a defensive penalty. It is, however, the illegal motion charged against Boston College, so it makes no difference, and the first half is history. That is the end of the first half here at Alumni Stadium. We'll be back in a minute. The score, Rutgers 8, Boston College nothing.
In the Rutgers defense or offensive line, he can take control of the line of scrimmage. So far with their offense, they have not been able to do that. They have a big, huge offensive line, but the Rutgers defense is coming off the football, beating them at the line of scrimmage, and that's really been the key for Rutgers leading 8-0 here in the first half.
As you see, Gagliardi's done a pretty good job, although he only has 58 yards total. He's completed 10 of 17. He did throw an interception and the 1 touchdown pass, the only score of the game, to Henderson in the second quarter.
Well, he's really kept the Boston College defense off balance, throwing the ball a lot to the backside of the backfield. You're not going to get a lot of yards, but you're going to keep that defense back on its heels a little bit, throwing the football to the fullback and halfback out of the backfield. It's really stretched out that Boston College defense.
Sean Halloran, on the other hand, has thrown 22 passes but completed only 9, 1 interception and 82 yards.
And I think he's really having the problem which Doug Flutie talked about in your interview. He's lost his confidence late in the first quarter after he threw the interception. And I think that's what really set apart Doug Flutie as a great quarterback. When he did throw an interception, he came right back. He was very confident in his ability and would take his team right down the field and score again. Halloran has not been able to do that. It's really tough to get your confidence back when you had this tough first half.
Rutgers will have the ball to open the second half. In third down conversions in the first half, Rutgers converted 2 of 7. Boston College only 1 of 9 third down conversions, as they were just totally unable to mount anything resembling a drive offensively. And as you see, Rutgers' only win came in 1919.
Did you broadcast that game? I think I heard it.
No, I was only 2 years old at the time. That was in Fenway Park, which was built in 1912, which is older than I am.
Had to get a couple cheap shots in here early in the opener.
Early in the year. Eric Young and Henry Henderson are back to receive. Brian Lowe will do the kicking off. The sophomore walk-on boots it, and boots it well from the 35 all the way down near the goal line. Young jitterbugging around but not getting it back out to the 20 as he's knocked down around the 19. A return of probably officially around 18 yards as he took it just outside the goal line. So good coverage by Boston College. Rutgers on offense to start the second half as Gagliardi trots into the huddle.
Eric Young is going to find out on that kickoff return. When you make your decision, you got to do it at full speed. That time he's trying to make a move by the 18-yard line. Now 2 or 3 Boston College people just nail it.
That works sometimes on punt returns, but not kickoff returns. Curtis Stevens, the only setback in the backfield behind Gagliardi. 1st and 10 from their own 19. On a bootleg, John Boza chasing him, but Gagliardi gets it away to a wide open Henderson. And Henderson's across the 40, out near the 43 before Garrick McPherson knocks him down. And Rutgers has picked up right where they left off.
Where they're trying to get outside to containment the whole first half, and they try the same thing here. It's just a fake, and Gagliardi fakes the ball and he gets outside the containment of Boston College defensive end Lindstrom. Now the cornerback has to come up. That enables Henderson to be wide open down the sideline. When he gets the football, he's going to make some yards upfield.
It's a gain of 25. 1st and 10. Rutgers at their own 44. Brian Cobb in motion. Curtis Stevens banging across the 45 to about the 47. A gain of 3. John Boza, number 97, on the tackle for BC, along with Ted Gaffney, 57.
And I can see Jack McNeil on the sideline just screaming at Eric Lindstrom, the defensive end, on the play before that. He said all you have to do is come upfield and contain the play, and Joe Gagliardi has no chance of making any big plays downfield. I mean, he cannot help on plays on the other side of the field. He should not even take that kind of fake. Just come upfield, be disciplined, and contain the quarterback.
Gain of 3, 2nd down and 7. Gagliardi with good protection fires over the middle and completes it to the tight end Greg Allboard, number 86, a junior from Marlton, New Jersey. Ted Gaffney, 57, on the tackle.
Well, they're coming right out here in the second half and taking the football, throwing the ball outside, getting outside to contain with the quarterback, throwing to the tight end Allboard across the middle. Joe Gagliardi, who started very slow, is now, as the game has progressed, is getting more and more confident. He's going the opposite direction of Sean Halloran.
He certainly is. He picks up another 1st down from the BC 45. 1st and 10 Rutgers. They lead 8-0 early in the 3rd quarter. Again, good protection, and overthrown intended for Henry Henderson. Henderson wide open near the 25. Ted Gaffney was isolated on him, and there is no way Ted Gaffney can keep up with Henry Henderson.
Well, they have Henderson right at the wingback position, coming out as a wide receiver almost, and he's coming right off the line of scrimmage, and the linebacker has got a man-to-man. You see right now the blitz off the corner, people trying to check the tight end and come and put pressure on Gagliardi, but the offensive line, that young offensive line, has done a good job here in early in the second half.
2nd down and 10, Rutgers from the Boston College 45. Stevens outside and all the way inside the 35 before Carl Pelagata, the safety man, bumped him out of bounds. And Curtis Stevens continues to be impressive as the game's leading rusher. He picks up another Rutgers 1st down.
That play worked 4 or 5 times in the first half. It's a delayed draw going to the right side. They're letting the defensive lineman rush up the field. They take themselves out of the play, and he gives a delay to Stevens, and he's made some good yardage here in the second half.
Tight end Bruce Campbell of Rutgers out of the game for the rest of the afternoon. He has a severely bruised shoulder, as you see they're attending to him on the sideline. Gain of 12 by Stevens, and here's Henderson on a delay up the middle. On a little bit of a sprint draw, Henderson gets down near the 26 before he's knocked down by Garrick McPherson in the secondary, number 48. And Henderson at 5'9" and 165 out of Akron, Ohio. Probably the fastest player on the Rutgers team.
He just looks quick when he gets that football going up the middle. He gets open in a quick trap into that secondary. He almost broke one in the first half. That time it's a straight ahead play up the middle and got about 7 yards.
It is 2nd down and 3 at the Boston College 26. Stevens again, breaking tackles again and getting down near the 20. And Rutgers coming out and just banging the ball down the field. Bill Romanowski made the tackle for BC along with Gaffney, the other linebacker.
So that offensive line is just coming off the football. That center is Mike Dillon just coming off the ball. The double teaming the nose man at the line of scrimmage and just burying him right at the 31-yard line. And Stevens getting the football and trying to pick his way, finally bounced it to the outside and got the 1st down.
That was 61 Kevin Spitzer, senior guard from Flanders, New Jersey, with the big block. 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line of BC. Gagliardi to throw. Now he'll run with it, but not far. Head on by Bill Romanowski at the 20-yard line. And Romo, as they call him, is going to win that little battle every time.
Gagliardi coming out again on that sprint out situation. And what he's trying to do is have his receivers move downfield. He's pointing at one of his receivers. I think it was Henderson downfield to keep moving, or he delivered the ball to him. Finally, he took a shot right there from Romanowski and his friends right at the 29-yard line.
He did pick up 2 yards, so it's
a tough 2 yards.
Yeah. Marked at the 19, a gain of 2, and it's 2nd down and 8. Henderson on the pitch. Good blocking out in front. Henderson breaking through inside the 5 to the 4-yard line before Vincent Munn, number 28, drags him down from behind.
Just a quick toss to the open side of the field. He gets a good block by the tight end Albert right at the point of attack. You just turn around, you see Stevens in motion leading the play. Just a quick toss to Henderson to the outside. Gets a good block on Thompson right there. Now he breaks a few tackles and takes it inside the 5-yard line to the 4-yard line. He's not a big running back, about 160 pounds, but he got right through that crease and took it down inside the 5.
Mike Degnan also in on the tackle for BC. 1st and goal, and Gagliardi had to rush the throw. It was intended for number 39, Dan Lipset. Carl Creshbane, the strong safety, was right there. So it'll be 2nd down and goal as Lipset was open, but Gagliardi had to get rid of it sooner than he wanted to.
A lot of misdirection plays in the Rutgers offense. Counter plays, draws, anything to keep that defense off balance with Boston College. That time they kind of counter fake to Prescott, and Gagliardi coming out outside to contain it again. I think if they gave it to Prescott, he might have scored going around the other end.
It is 2nd and goal from the 4. A power I formation in the backfield. Stevens banging off a blocker, banging off a tackler, and getting down to the 1-yard line for a gain of 3, where it'll be 3rd down and goal. Ted Gaffney 57 and Carl Pelagata 49 finally brought him down. They are getting great drive off the line from that offensive line.
And Stevens just followed those big offensive linemen, just keeping his legs moving. He was stopped right around the 3-yard line, just kept churning his legs and got inside the 1-yard line. The Boston College, it's time right now. They need a big play to stop them from getting into the end zone.
9 minutes and 47 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Rutgers already leading 8-0. To the 3rd and goal from the 1, and flags fly as we had preliminary movement. An illegal procedure against Rutgers. This is the 2nd time Rutgers has had a 3rd and 1 situation and picked up a 5-yard illegal procedure penalty. So it'll still be 3rd and goal, but now from the 6. Dick Anderson in the white shirt, just behind the assistant with the headset. Got to be frustrated because
those are the things that cause coaching burnout. You get on the inside the 1-yard line, all you need is 2 chances to hammer the ball into the end zone. Get the penalty now. It changes the entire offense right now. They're outside the 6-yard line, and they're going to have to throw the football and not be surprised. Another rollout, faking a rollout by Gagliardi.
8th penalty against Rutgers for 73 yards. Gagliardi with a bootleg. Under pressure, gets it away. It's tipped and incomplete. He was hauled down by Eric Lindstrom, the junior defensive end from Weymouth, Massachusetts, and ill-advisedly really put that ball in the air.
Well, initially, he's trying to get the football to Henderson coming out of the backfield, and he was covered on the play. He had nowhere to go. Then he gets the pressure from Lindstrom, and this ball gets deflected. He's trying to throw the football with Lindstrom right on his back. The ball gets knocked up into the air. Fortunately for Rutgers, it went for an incomplete pass and can attempt a field goal.
So Doug Giesler is on to attempt a field goal. Both field goal kickers have missed all afternoon, but this one is good. A chip shot of about 23 yards converted by Giesler, and Rutgers now leads 11-0. With 9 minutes and 13 seconds remaining left to play here in the 3rd quarter at Alumni Stadium. The score now, Rutgers 11, Boston College nothing. The field goal converted by Giesler from 23 yards out, giving Rutgers now an 11-0 lead. And Giesler set to kick off.
Well, that's a big drive, not only for the points, but also just took a lot of time off the clock. I'm sure Jack McNeil told his team, "We've got to kick off to Rutgers to start the second half, stop them on their offensive series, get the ball back for our offense." Well, Rutgers just took that ball right down the field, put 3 more points on the board in a excellent drive by Gagliardi, who mixed his plays up very well.
13 plays, 64 yards after an 80-yard touchdown drive earlier. Giesler boots it high and deep. Tyrone Taylor comes up and takes it to the 23. Trying to get to the outside. He does, as he barely gets around Glenn Miller, number 2, but then is run out of bounds at about the 34. And we have a report that Kelvin Martin, number 82, the fine wide receiver for Boston College, is out of the game with an Achilles tendon injury, which can be rather serious depending on the type. And that is a big loss to the already struggling Boston College offense.
Well, it's a huge loss for Sean Halloran. He just gets Stratford and Martin back together for about a half, and now Martin goes down with the Achilles injury.
Stratford with the first carry of the second half, getting across the 35, near the 38, knocked down by number 71 George Bankos, 265-pound defensive tackle from Whitehall, Pennsylvania.
I don't think there's been one play when they've given the ball off to Stratford that he's been able to go at the point of attack. He's got to break it off and break to the outside, because right at the point of attack, Rutgers has done a good job of stuffing the hole, and really Stratford has had no place to run.
As evidenced by the fact that BC starts this second half with 1 net guard rushing. And on the delay, Bell, number 33, the junior from Madison, Connecticut, Jim Bell, gets a couple. 79 Doug Kokoski, the nose guard, made the tackle as we look at the drive culminating in the 23-yard field goal by Giesler. And it took 5:47, something else Rutgers has to be happy with, as they have the lead and they try to eat up the clock. Kelvin Martin on the Boston College sideline, watching his offensive teammates try to get something going. Halloran to pass. And he fires it low, intended for Darren Flutie. Incomplete again. And now the crowd starts to get on Halloran a little bit. Lewis Morrow, number 14, was covering Flutie on the play. It'll be 4th down and 3, and the punting unit on again.
It's the confidence thing that Doug Flutie was talking about. He had Darren Flutie open on that hook pattern. All he had to do is deliver the football to him with good timing. Threw the ball right into the dirt.
Dan McHarris is back to receive as David Rooney boots it, and McHarris drops it. It looks like Boston College may have recovered. They have at the 30-yard line of Rutgers. A fight still going on for the football. The officials have already signaled that Boston College's ball, and the Eagles are celebrating.
This is a big break that Boston College needed desperately. Now on the turnover, they got the ball at the 30-yard line. Now, even though they do not have Calvin Martin in the game, they've got to put some points on the board. Great field position, good coverage by the Boston College kick coverage team.
Peter Gray was down to cover that fumble, number 96, a sophomore from Swarthmore, Pennsylvania. So the offensive unit back on 1st and 10 at the Rutgers 30. Stratford again trying to find a hole, and this time he breaks it for about 7 down to the 23. 36 Tom Duffy, the left defensive end, making the tackle.
That's what I talked about earlier. The play was designed to go off left tackle, offensively left tackle. The hole was not there. Stratford's great athletic ability broke it back all the way back to the right side and got 7 yards.
2nd down and 3 from the Rutgers 24. Stratford again, right up the middle. 1st down and then some as he gets inside the 15. So after an impressive drive by Rutgers, now a penalty marker is thrown after the play, and we'll probably have another personal foul. Matt Bachman, number 59, made the tackle. Here's the preliminary signal from James Garvey. dead ball personal foul against Boston College. There has been a little extracurricular activity after the last few plays with some shoving and some words. And Boston College obviously frustrated by their inability to move the football today.
But it's a dead ball foul. If they had a first down, now they're going to be first in about 25, and they put the ball back on the 30-yard line.
Dead ball foul. Personal foul by the offense. After the play, it's 1st and 25.
James Garvey gives us the scoop. The ball is at the original line of scrimmage where the fumble was recovered by Pete Gray on the punt. So they gained 25 yards, but now it's 1st and 25 back at the 30. Stratford again on the carry with a lead blocker. But he can't get outside. Good play by number 26, Gene Austin, up from his cornerback position, and we have another penalty marker on the field.
I think it's also against Boston College. He's an illegal block or holding downfield. The holding call, another 10 yards is being marched off against Boston College, where they would have had a first down inside the 15-yard line.
Jack Bicknell probably beside himself as the option rests with Matt Bachman, the defensive co-captain for Rutgers.
One more penalty, they'll be out of field goal range.
It's really true. Well, they are out of field goal range right now, really, because it's out to the 37. Here's the call.
Holding. Offense. Repeat first down.
Now it's first down and 35 yards to go. To get a first down, they have got to get down inside the 5-yard line from the 37. Stratford again carrying. Fumble. The ball is still loose, and now Rutgers recovers at about their own 23. It looked like number 21, Steve Twomley, a junior defensive back from Trenton, New Jersey, fell on the football as it bounced around for quite a while, and the frustrations of the Boston College offense continue. The score, Rutgers 11, Boston College nothing, and we will return to Alumni Stadium in just a minute. Rutgers leading Boston College 11-0 with 6:29 remaining in the third quarter. And again, it was Matt Bachman, who's had an outstanding game for Rutgers, that caused this fumble.
You see Stratford trying to make something happen. The hole's not there. Bachman just gets his right arm in on the football, the pointed ball, and it pops out. And Twomley, I guess, comes up with the fumble recovery right at the 24-yard line. But Stratford, the play was designed to go off tackle. He broke it back to the left, trying to make something happen for his offense, and just coughed up the football on a good hit by Bachman.
So Rutgers that began the second half with a 64-yard drive, culminating in a 23-yard field goal, will have it again, 1st and 10 from their own 24, just as it appeared that Boston College was getting something going offensively. Stevens, and he's going nowhere. Number 99, Eric Lindstrom, with good penetration from his defensive end position to haul Stevens down in the backfield, and it's a loss of 1. It'll be 2nd and 11 from the 23. Colgate and William and Mary are tied 14-all in the second quarter. As we look at other games underway, Alabama, as expected, leading Vanderbilt 14-0 at the half.
Not a bad quarterback, and Mike Shula down there at Alabama.
Son of Miami's Dawn. 2nd and 11. Gagliardi over the middle and completes it to number 22, Eric Young. Young with a diving reception at about the 43 for a first down. Romanowski and Gaffney making the tackle.
The straight drop back by Gagliardi, looking right down the middle. Here comes Young right underneath. Linebacker Romanowski's late coming over to play. You see that? See the play action holds Romanowski for a second. He's looking at the wide receiver coming across. He gets turned, but just cannot come back across the middle and help out on the reception. It occurred right down the middle.
Right between Gaffney and Romanowski. Gagliardi getting pressure, gets it away, incomplete. Tipped away on a fine defensive play by Steve Williams, the junior from Providence, Rhode Island, who was a running back last year but missed the entire season with an injury and has started on defense this season. Rhode Island leading Delaware 7-0 in the second quarter. Virginia leading South Carolina in a little bit of a surprise, 27-13 at the half. Second down and 10. Rutgers at their own 38. Stevens on a delay. Cuts across the 45 before he's hauled down by Carl Pelagata, the strong safety, and Rico Lamby, number 4.
They run that play 5 or 6 times. A short delay. Stevens gets the ball, let the defensive line just go up the field. He just kind of picks the opening wherever it occurs. The big running back made some good yardage upfield. Now it's third down and short.
Stevens with 13 carries and a total of 59 yards gained. He gained 8 as third down and 2 yards to go. Rutgers at their own 45. Cobb in motion. To the tight end, number 86, Greg Alvord, who has the first down into Boston College territory at the 49. Ed Duran, number 5, the safety man, making the tackle.
This is what you call the hot receiver on a blitz. The tight end is wide open, running away from the free safety. He's trying to cover him, and Gagliardi puts the ball right to him. Alvord takes the ball, gets the first down. Good read by the quarterback.
Gagliardi 14 of 25 for 111 yards. First and 10 from the BC 49. Curtis Stevens again carrying BC tacklers as he drives for 4 down to the 45. Dave Nugent and Bill Thompson going for a ride. And Stevens now has 63 yards to be the leading rusher in the ball game.
He's a big running back, and one of the few big running backs Rutgers has back there, 210 yards. And look at West Virginia, 33-14 over Northern Illinois.
That's the antithesis of our game here. Delaware State leading Boston.
Here's more like our game.
7-0. Here it's 11-0. Rutgers over Boston College. 3:45 remaining in the third quarter. Second down, 6. Rutgers from the BC 45. Ooh. Fumble, but Rutgers recovered it. Henderson was hit by John Boza, number 97. But alertly for Rutgers, the center, number 72, Mike Dillon, fell on the ball to retain possession for the Scarlet Knights, although they do lose a couple of yards on the play.
Henry Henderson right now is going back in the huddle and saying, someone block number 97, John Boza. John Boza coming off the ball right now, gets into the backfield before the blocker can even get a piece of him. Strips him of the football, made the big play, but Boston College was unable to recover the fumble.
Third down and 9 after the loss of 2 on the fumble from the 48. Gagliardi stepping up in the pocket under pressure, gets it away and completes it. And diving forward and perhaps picking up the first down is Eric Young with great second effort. Young was tackled behind the yard marker, but fought his way forward to pick up a Rutgers first down in the grasp of Garrick McPherson.
Big league plays by both Gagliardi, the quarterback, and also Young. You see him, Gagliardi going back at the blitz. People are coming right in front of him. He just steps up and delivers the ball as he's going down. You see Young get the ball right now, look to the sideline where the yard marker is, and then stretch out and get the first down.
Fine play. First and 10 from the BC 36. As Rutgers unable to do anything offensively in the first quarter is driving, but Henry Henderson tied up by Eric Lindstrom behind the line of scrimmage and then covered by 71 Dave Nugent for a loss of about 4 yards back to the 40.
That's what Boston College needs now, is big plays like the one made by Lindstrom right there. Coming off his blocker up the field, getting penetration and bringing the ball carrier down. They need to cause another fumble or interception and get the ball back, because down 11-0 with 2:02 left in the third quarter, and really their offense has not shown much the entire afternoon.
Second down and 14 yards to go as you look at Gagliardi's numbers. And he drops, swinging it out to Curtis Stevens, and Stevens tripped up as number 48, Garrick McPherson, came up to take a speed out from under him. A gain of only a couple, maybe 3 to the 37, and you see Curtis Stevens limping off now after that hit by McPherson.
What the alignment they had, where they had Henderson as a tailback lined up as a wingback on the line of scrimmage. He was going deep down the field, and then they swing Stevens out on the same side, feeling Henderson will draw all the defenders down deep and drop the football off to Stevens. They made a few yards, but the Boston College defense reacted quickly.
Stevens, the leading rusher in the game, out of there, apparently with an injured knee or ankle. 3rd down and 11. Gagliardi gets it away under pressure, but his intended receiver had fallen down. In fact, Eric Young's shoe came off. There is a penalty marker down. However,
they caught Boston College for being in a neutral zone. They were offsides on the play. They'll get another chance to convert this 3rd down situation.
And BC, that saw Rutgers hurt themselves with penalties early in the ball game, now starting to feel that same sting, and some sting also apparently being felt by Curtis Stevens. Here's James Garvey.
Offside. Defense. 3rd down.
Ball moves to the Boston College 33. Actually, the 32-yard line would be closer to it.
I think it's a great idea not naming the number of the guy of the penalties in college football, because in pro football, I have to try to hide in my defensive huddle when I call my number.
No way.
We didn't get a number.
Everybody knew your number anyway. 3rd down and 6 yards to go. Gagliardi fires it incomplete. It was intended for Brian Cobb, but Cobb did not have control of the ball as he was driven out of bounds by Garrick McPherson. So it'll be 4th down and 6, and we will see if in fact they will attempt a field goal. Apparently they will not. Matt O'Connell, the punter, is on.
I think Dick Anderson feels right now will play a game of field position, try to pin Boston College back here deep in their own territory. Their defense has played great the entire afternoon. He's hoping they'll continue to do that the rest of the second half.
Darren Flutie is back in single safety.
I doubt if he'll touch the football.
Nope. Matt O'Connell will want to try to kick it out inside the 10. Angling for the sideline, but it's too deep into the end zone. And the 33-yard punt will be brought out to the 20 on the touchback, where Boston College will have it 1st and 10. 34 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter, and we have a timeout on the field with the score. Rutgers 11 and Boston College nothing. We'll be right back. It's been a surprising afternoon. Boston College unable to mount anything offensively after coming into the game as a 12.5-point favorite, trailing 11-0 as we near the end of the 3rd quarter. The weather, however, has turned out to be outstanding as a cloudy day has turned into bright sunshine and warm temperatures here in beautiful New England. 1st and 10. Sean Halloran firing from the 20, complete to Darren Flutie. Flutie trying to get the 1st down, does so as he gets to the 31. Great 2nd and 3rd effort by Flutie before Matt Bachman, who's played a great game defensively for Rutgers, bumped him out of bounds.
New formation for Boston College, and now lined up Troy Stratford as a wide receiver, very similar to what they've done with Calvin Martin in the first half. Put him in motion, took a couple of defenders with him. Flutie caught the ball on the outside, and they struggled and broke a couple tackles and got the 1st down.
Sean Carmody into the game for Boston College, replacing Darren Flutie. 1st and 10 from their own 31. Stratford on the sprint draw, drop for a loss inside the 29, and again it was Matt Bachman, the senior from Butler, Pennsylvania, who has had an outstanding day making yet another tackle.
He just knows how to get to the football. He reads down the line of scrimmage. He's got good angles to the pursuit angle, bringing down Stratford, and he came from the inside outside position and brought him down. That whole defense by Rutgers has had an outstanding game.
The clock runs down before Boston College can get off another play. And so that is the end of the 3rd quarter here at Alumni Stadium with the score: Rutgers 11, Boston College nothing. Steve Zabriskie and Jack Ham with you at Alumni Stadium, where we start the 4th quarter with Rutgers leading Boston College 11-0. Look at the time of possession in the 3rd quarter alone. Halloran to pass on 2nd down and 12 and completes it to Stratford over the middle, but he may be about a yard short of the first down as he gets to about the 40 before again Matt Bachman makes the tackle for Rutgers.
Talking to Dick Anderson yesterday, he felt, I'm not sure how my football team is going to react, especially in the 3rd and 4th quarter when the game is on the line. We've never been in that situation before. Right now, that defense has played extremely well. Bachman pursuing right to Stratford and bringing him down. And their intensity has kept up the entire football game.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. The pitch to Stratford. Getting to the outside, and he does have enough for the first down as he gets to the 42. But just barely enough for the first down. Number 21, Steve Twombly. And number 59, Matt Bachman again over there, stringing out the play. Here are the 3rd quarter statistics. Rutgers has taken a decided edge in every offensive category. In addition to that, they've had the ball almost 30 minutes of the first 3 quarters, while Boston College has had it just over 15 minutes. Halloran throwing long to Darren Flutie, but incomplete as he was too wide and out of bounds. It'll be 2nd down and 10, still from the Boston College 42.
Sean Halloran continues to try that play action pass. Well, the play action can only work when your running game is working. The running game has not worked, so the defensive line and linebackers, when they are coming, are really ignoring the play action fake and going after Halloran and putting pressure on him because the running game has just been non-existent.
And that puts a lot of pressure on a quarterback that's already got a lot of pressure on him. And Halloran to throw again. Swings it out of the backfield to John Bronner, and Bronner cut down at the 40-yard line. Steve Twombly, who like Bachman has been all over the field for Rutgers today, makes the tackle on Bronner, and it'll be a loss of about a yard on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 11.
Throughout the whole game, going here in the 4th quarter, the secondary and linebackers for Rutgers, they have not missed any tackles. Open field, they're bringing a lot of people to the football. They're bringing people down right when they catch the ball and punishing receivers, and that's the way you play good, sound defense.
Halloran dropping straight back. Good protection, but he can't find anybody open. Now he fires and completes it to his tight end, Peter Casparello. Lewis Morrow, the strong safety, playing a little loose. And Casparello came back for the ball. A big 3rd down conversion for Boston College as they get a first down at the Rutgers 43.
This is a big play for Boston College. They needed the first down. Halloran looking downfield. The secondary again does a good job. He cannot find anyone open downfield. Finally, Casparello on the sidelines comes back to the football, gets the first down, and keeps this drive alive.
From the Rutgers 43, 1st and 10. Bell out of the tailback position to the 40-yard line. A gain of 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Alec Polk, number 69, the left side linebacker, making the tackle.
When Boston College is very fortunate on the play. They're fortunate they gave the football off and it wasn't a play action pass because off the corner they had a corner blitz coming from the right side. The right corner, Gene Austin, was coming, and had Halloran pulled that ball back out, Gene Austin would have been right on top of Sean Halloran.
Jim Bell out of the game, and Troy Stratford back in as the only setback behind Halloran on 2nd down and 7. Stratford gets a block, cuts upfield inside the 30, inside the 25 before he's knocked down. Gene Austin, number 26, and Derek Baker, number 19, along with Lewis Morrow, number 14, finally get him down.
This is vintage Troy Stratford. The misdirection play. He'll take a counter step. He'll come back underneath. The quarterback will give him the ball. That gives him time for the offensive lineman to get out in front of him. Then he picks his hole, breaks a tackle, and now he's in the open field. That hasn't happened very often this afternoon.
A 16-yard gain by Stratford for a first down at the Rutgers 24. Jim Bell breaking a tackle. Hammered as he gets inside the 20. Number 14, Lewis Morrow, and number 19, 91, Pat Udovich, driving him back. But a good run by Bell to pick up good yardage inside the 20 to the 18 for a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Where Rutgers again came with that weak corner blitz off the corner with a running play to the right side. It was not even a factor. If Halloran never does keep that football and they try it again, he could be in trouble.
Jim Bell slips as he tries to cut inside the block of Carmody, and covered by Gene Austin and Louis Morrow there. Short yardage, maybe a yard is all on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 4 at the 17 of Rutgers. Jack Bicknell continuing to signal in the offensive plays as he's in communication with his assistants up in the press box, or what is at least serving as the press box, until they complete this stadium. 3rd and 4. Halloran hit as he gets it away, but Stratford picks it up. He may go in. Touchdown.
Not exactly a play they drew up in the playbook. A fumble. They had an all-out blitz. They timed it up perfectly. Halloran drops the football for the good play by Rutgers. You see it timing up Stowe coming right up the middle. There's a fumble by Halloran. Everybody kind of relaxes for a second except Troy Stratford, and picks it up, finds the open area, got a block downfield around the 5-yard line, and goes into the end zone.
I have often maintained that good running backs have eyes in the back of their head.
You talk about a play right there. Tyrone Stowe thinks he caused a fumble and ends up being a busted play for a touchdown, because Troy Stratford can give you that kind of play when he gets the football, and you have to get it on a fumble.
And Stratford, when he got down inside the 10, had a defender coming at him from behind and inexplicably jumped in the air. I don't know how he ever saw the guy. He missed him and he went on in for the score. The score now, with the extra point to come, is Rutgers 11 and Boston College 6, and we'll return to Alumni Stadium in just a minute. Boston College has thought it over and decided to go for 2, as Rutgers went for 2 on a trick play after their touchdown to take an 8-0 lead at the time. It's now 11-6 Rutgers. So BC, after calling timeout and talking it over, has decided to go for 2 as you look at head coach John Stephen Bicknell, better known as Cowboy Jack.
He's got to be shaking his head. The best play in the football game for their offense has been Halloran fumbling the ball to Stratford, and Stratford taking it in for a touchdown. But which looked like a big play by the Rutgers defense turns into a big play for the Boston College offense. Really put them right back in the game.
One-point conversion would mean that BC would still trail by 4. Tough to score 4 points in a football game, unless you get 2 safeties, I think. So they really have no choice. Double wideouts to the right as they go for 2 from the 3-yard line. Halloran firing it, and it is picked off. Number 19, Derek Baker, picked it off a pass intended for Sean Dombrowski, who is hurt in the end zone. Dombrowski was sandwiched between 2 defenders. So the try for 2, no good. With the score, Rutgers 11, Boston College 6. Will return to Alumni Stadium in just a moment. Boston College left in a position where they are in need of another touchdown as they trail Rutgers 11-6. Here is another look at the 2-point conversion that was not successful. Sean Dombrowski injured on the play, now leaving the field. He was the intended receiver.
You see Stowe, the linebacker, trying to time up the rush right up the middle, looking across. You see Dombrowski waving his hand. Right there is where battle number 3 comes in and delivers a shot on Dombrowski right when the ball arrived, and Baker picked it off and saved the 2 points. I think Dombrowski will be okay. He's on his own, walking off on his own power right now, and I think he should be back in the game.
Might have just had the wind knocked out of him.
I love that term, the wind knocked out of you.
Yeah.
It hurts a lot over there, I think.
I like it too in baseball when they tell you as an outfielder to watch the wind. You can't see the wind. The wind, the air, the breath. Really should say the breath knocked out of him, I guess. Brian Lowe will do the kicking off. Eric Young, 22, and Henry Henderson, 27, are back deep to receive for Rutgers. From the 35, remember, high and deep. Henderson at the 1-yard line. Straight up the hash mark and across the 30 for a very good return. Rutgers did a good job of forming a wall, and Henderson took advantage of it. Here's a look at the drive as the Eagles finally moved the ball down the field, going 80 yards in 12 plays, taking 5 minutes. Stratford's 17-yard run on a picked up fumble. Really a broken play turning into a touchdown, which is, I guess, sort of indicative of the way their offense has been going today.
And right now, the heat is a little bit on that Rutgers offense right now. Only up by 5 points right now. They got to move the ball up the field, take some time off the clock.
Gagliardi fires and completes it to number 34, Roy Hoover. And Hoover trying to stay inbounds to let more time run off the clock does as he gets it across the 40-yard line before Vincent Munn, number 28, makes the tackle as we look at Delaware State leading Boston University 10-0 in the second quarter.
Boston and Boston University and Boston College have a tough time scoring.
Yes. Colgate leads William and Mary 21-14. And it is now Alabama 28-0 over Vandy in the third quarter. Second down and 1 after the gain of 9. Rutgers at their own 41. Cobb in motion. And a handoff to Prescott, who bangs ahead for the first down and gets near the 45 before he's thrown back. It'll be another Rutgers first down. This is their 19th first down of the ball game and their 9th here in the second half.
Warren Kohler, the offensive line coach for Rutgers, was concerned about his young offensive line, not knowing how they'd react in a big game like this, but as the game has progressed, they've been playing better and better.
We have been told that Sean Dombrowski was just shaken up and will be able to return to the game. First and 10, Rutgers at their own 45. Tipped up in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Ted Gaffney, the senior linebacker from Wayne, New Jersey. And Boston College, with a big turnover, has good field position at the Rutgers 41, trailing by 5 with 9 minutes left to play.
Rutgers had it all under control with their offense. They had the first down. First down trying to throw a quick pass to the tight end, releasing to the outside. Defensive end Lindstrom, I think, gets up in the air, knocks the ball up in the air, and then Ted Gaffney comes up with the interception. We always teach your defensive linemen that when you can't get to the quarterback, get your hands up and jump up in the air. They got the penetration, got up in the air, and on the deflection, Gaffney came off with the interception.
With 9 minutes and 12 seconds left to play in the ball game, the score: Rutgers 11, Boston College 6. Rutgers calling the timeout with 9:12 remaining in the game. Each team now with 2 timeouts remaining. Boston College first and 10 from the Rutgers 41 following the interception. Stratford straight ahead. He breaks through, breaks another tackle, and gets down near the 30. Troy Stratford making his return after missing most of last season, becoming a factor here late in the game. Tyrone Stowe, 41 on the tackle.
Now all of a sudden the play is right at the point of attack or working. Off tackle to his right side. He goes right through, breaks the tackle. He's a lot stronger than people think. Breaks the tackle, takes the ball down to the 31-yard line.
Troy's parents are here at Boston College from New Jersey to watch him play this afternoon. Stratford again. This time across the 30 for short yardage to about the 28. Tyrone Stowe again there along with Bachman and number 79, Doug Kokoski, the nose guard.
Boston College is coming back to the plays that have worked in the last drive. A little counter step by Stratford, getting time for the offensive lineman to get out in front of him, coming back to the weak side. That time Rutgers contained it pretty well, stopped it for about a 2-yard gain.
They mark it close to the 27. Call it a gain of 3. Second down and 7 from the Rutgers 27. Rutgers leading 11-6 with just over 8 minutes left to play. Halloran complete, no, incomplete, intended for Jim Bell, who was open at the 10-yard line. He was busted by Derek Baker, number 19, and Bell unable to hold on.
Boy, they lined up Bell in the slot for the first time today. He just goes to the outside and up the field. Nobody goes with him. A broken assignment. He is wide open at the 10-yard line. I'm not sure if he heard footsteps or not, but he dropped the ball that he should have easily caught.
Did look like he took his eyes off the ball. Exactly 8 minutes remaining in the game. 3rd down and 7. BC at the Rutgers 27. Halloran flips it out to Stratford. Stratford tries to cut back but loses his footing and is covered by Lewis Morrill, the strong safety. It'll be short of the first down by 2 or 3 yards. It'll be 4th down and about 2.5 to go.
It's a big open field tackle by Morrill, the strong safety. Now sets up 4th and 2. And I'm sure right now Bicknell is not very confident. His field goal kicker. I think he's going to go for it on 4th down to try to get Boston College in the lead. And they're going to think about it a little bit.
Timeout signaled by Boston College. So Jack Bicknell wanting to confer with 7.5 minutes remaining in the game. The score, Rutgers 11, Boston College 6. And we'll return to Alumni Stadium in just a moment. Just 7.5 minutes remain, and Boston College asking for timeout, faced with a 4th and 2 situation, trailing by 5 points. They have the ball at the 22-yard line of Rutgers. Jack Bicknell, who's probably walked about 10 miles already today, continuing to pace the sidelines. And a pitch to Stratford, trying to get outside. He does. He has the first down. As he's inside the 19, Derek Baker, number 19, ran him out of bounds. Big 3rd down conversion, and one of very few by Boston College today.
When it was all Troy Stratford, he almost stopped behind the line of scrimmage, broke it out to the outside, used his speed to turn a corner and get those 2 yards and get the first down for Boston College.
He is now, as you see, up to 90 yards rushing, and just about all of that has come here in the second half. 1st and 10 from the Rutgers 18. Stratford again, looking for an opening, hammered down to the turf as he gets inside the 15. As he gains 4 or 5 down near the 13 before Gene Austin, number 26, dropped him.
A real sign of a great running back. It's not your stop in the 1st or 2nd quarter, how well you do in the 3rd and 4th quarter when the game is on the line. Now Stratford up over 90 yards rushing for the game. A lot of those tough, hard yards he's gotten inside, so he's shown he's back from that hamstring injury, and he's back to 100%.
He gained about 4 on the play. 2nd down and a long 6. Fake pitch to Stratford. Halloran firing, incomplete. He led the tight end, Peter Casparilla, by a little too much. Derek Baker was covering on the play.
And Mike Fleming, the defensive tackle, contained Halloran on the play. He could not roll out, made him pull up and throw the football. Good coverage downfield. And I think Rutgers may be getting a little bit tired now. You see Derek Baker coming out of the game, motion to the sideline that he needs a blow, so he's coming out. It's been a long, hot afternoon for a lot of the defenders for Rutgers, and they may be getting a little bit tired here late in the 4th quarter.
It is a warm day, has turned out to be at least, and on the turf it is even warmer. 3rd down and 6 from the 14. Halloran firing into the end zone, tipped and incomplete. 3 defenders unable to come up with an interception as they knock the ball away.
Stratford is down on the ground in the end zone.
Sean Washington, Gene Austin, and Tyrone Stowe were all covering Stratford.
You see Stratford in motion coming across the formation straight up the field. Really, he gets double coverage downfield. There's really 3 people here. They all go up for the football at the same time. Poor choice by Halloran going to Stratford on the play, and he either comes down on his knee or his, I guess maybe his shoulder. We'll have to wait and see.
I think Sean Washington, number 3, hit Stratford with his helmet in the ribs as he was coming down and drove him out of bounds. Troy, of course, with that very severe hamstring injury last year. After the third game of the season, he was not seen on the field again and received a medical red shirt to come back for his 5th year of eligibility. He, in fact, has graduated already from Boston College. He graduated last May. So he is hanging on for his senior football season, and it would be a tremendous blow if he is, in fact, hurt again. We have a timeout now with the score still Rutgers 11 and Boston College 6. We'll be right back. Stratford off under his own power, but shaky as he's trying to regain his composure and physical capabilities. Brian Lowe is going to attempt a field goal from the 19-yard line. It'll be a 29-yard attempt on 4th down and 6, and it is finally good. On his 3rd attempt, Brian Lowe converts a 29-yard field goal to draw Boston College to within 2 points now of Rutgers. With 6 minutes and 27 seconds remaining in the game, the score now Rutgers 11 and Boston College 9. We'll return to Alumni Stadium in just a Well, Brian Lowe, who just kicked his first collegiate field goal, a 29-yarder to pull Boston College to within 2 points with 6.5 minutes remaining in the ball game, will now kick off from the 35 as Henry Henderson and Eric Young are back deep to receive for Rutgers. And it's taken by one of the up men, and he went down to one knee. Number 88, Kyle Hudgens, a reserve tight end. Nope, that's the wrong team. Jeff Erickson, the reserve tight end, made the reception, but he went down to one knee, so he could not get up again and run. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line for Rutgers as they lead by just 2 now after a 28-yard 9-play drive following an interception culminating in Lowe's 29-yard field goal.
One thing Dick Anderson will not do, will not play close to the vest. Last time he came out and had Gagliardi throwing the ball on 1st down. We'll see what he does here.
And he hands off to Curtis Stevens, who bangs ahead for a couple of yards. John Boza, number 97, leading the defensive charge. Stevens no longer the leading rusher in the game. He has 65 yards on 15 carries, but Troy Stratford, although he's shaken up, close to 100 yards on the day. Gain of 1. 2nd down, 9 yards to go. Henderson. Nope, it was a fake to Henderson, and now out of the backfield the pass goes to Stevens, and Stevens up near a 1st down, and he may have it as he's out across the 31.
Henderson has not caught the ball much here in the 2nd half, but he's been kind of the decoy. They fake to him, he goes deep right down the middle. Then they have Curtis Stevens coming, dragging out of the backfield underneath. They got the ball to him that time a little bit behind him, caught the football, got the 1st down with 5:35 left in the ball game.
First and 10 from the 31-yard line. Henderson on the carry. Gets a good block on the corner and cuts it up. But Garrick McPherson came up to support and made the tackle. Not, however, before Henderson picked up about 5 yards, maybe 6. It'll be 2nd down and 4 at the 37.
The man who's had an all-around outstanding game, Curtis Stevens, that time was not carrying the ball but led for Henderson, kicked the cornerback out. Henderson broke right off that block and got about 5 or 6 yards on 1st down.
2nd and 4. Rutgers at their own 37. They lead by 2, 11-9 with 4:43 remaining in the game. Stevens, maybe 2 to the 39, and that is all. John Boza again making the tackle for Boston College.
Try to go right back to Stevens inside. Just a power straight ahead running play. No secret, no gimmick at all. Just trying to come off the football. They got about 1.5 yards, and this may be the biggest 3rd down and 2 play of the football game with 4:15 left.
Gagliardi again rolling incomplete, intended for Henderson, and Henderson really had a shot at catching it. It was a little behind him, but the incompletion will bring up 4th down and 2, and Rutgers will have to give up the football.
Well, he had Henderson wide open on a play, the very safe play. The tough part about that option route is the quarterback running to his left, trying to throw the football with his right hand. He never gets set to throw the ball accurately. He overthrew Henderson. Now he's got to punt the football away to Boston College.
Darren Flutie, number 24, is back to receive the punt from Matt O'Connell. Flutie standing at about his own 25. O'Connell with no rush gets away a beauty. Flutie driven all the way back near the 10. He takes it at the 11-yard line. And he cuts straight up the field before he's blasted down across the 20. A 51-yard punt by O'Connell. Boston College has the football at their own 22 with 3:45 remaining left to play in the ball game. And the score, Rutgers 11, Boston College 9. The ball on the line with 3 minutes and 45 seconds remaining. Rutgers holding a precarious 2-point lead. Boston College has the football, but they are 78 yards away from the goal line as they have 1st and 10 at their own. Jack Bicknell has had a long day of frustration. His defense has played well. Rutgers has managed a couple of long drives, but his offense until this second half, this last quarter, has been unable to do anything.
And back in the game is Troy Stratford after getting banged up in the end zone. He's back in there. No, he's not back in there right now. We have Bell back at tailback.
And Sean Dombrowski was also shaken up, is back in there. Jim Bell carries, breaks one tackle and gets out to about the 29 for a gain of 7. 2nd down and 3. 91 Pat Udovich and 26 Gene Austin making the tackle as Jack Bicknell signals into play.
They're trying to score a winning touchdown or field goal without Troy Stratford, without Kelvin Martin, two of their big play people who they're counting on not only this game but the entire season.
2nd and 3 from their own remaining. Jim Bell again on the carry, and Bell has the first down as he Gene Austin 26 on the tackle.
Well, there's a lot of time left with 3:07 left to go in the game. With only one timeout Boston College has left, but they can always stop the clock with 1st down, so there's a lot of time left for them to go downfield.
Bell again carrying. Still fighting for yardage across the line.
Well, all of a sudden there's some gaps in that defense by Rutgers. They're running the football right at the point of attack. That Rutgers defense, which has been on the field a long time here in the second half, in this last drive, may begin to wilt a little bit out here.
2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the game. Dick Anderson watching nervously from the near sideline. Halloran with lots of time fires over the middle and completes it to Darren Flutie. 1st down, Boston College at the Rutgers 43-yard line. Eric Baker ran him out of bounds.
See bump and run covered the line of scrimmage. Flutie gets away, gets up the field, and now he'll make an inside move and he'll bend it back to the outside. Halloran had a lot of time back there to find Flutie, get the ball, 1 foot inbounds. Good timing between Halloran and Flutie.
Boston College coming back. 2 minutes and 18 seconds remaining as the clock is stopped on the completion out of bounds. 1st and 10 from the 43. Halloran firing low and incomplete. Intended for Love.
Where Halloran almost fell down, coming back, getting the ball from center, dropping straight back. He tripped on the artificial turf, almost went down around the 45-yard line. Finally righted himself and turned and delivered the ball to Love, but he threw it right into the artificial turf.
Keith Love, a sophomore wide receiver from Camden, New Jersey, into the game. 2nd down and 10, still at the Rutgers 43. Halloran incomplete, overthrown out of bounds, intended for the tight end Sean Murphy. And the clock stops with 2 minutes and 13 seconds left to play.
That time the defensive line from Rutgers came off the ball, put a little bit more pressure on Halloran, and he delivered that ball a little bit earlier than he wanted to. Did not have the timing on the sideline route to the tight end Sean Murphy. Threw the ball out of bounds. 3rd down and 10, and Dick Anderson is out there halfway out in the field, urging on his defense to come up with a big play.
He's also, I think, complaining to the officials, but he's not receiving much attention. 3rd and 10. Halloran under pressure, gets it away, incomplete, intended for Tyrone Taylor. Halloran receiving a great deal of pressure, threw high, and it'll be 4th down and 10 from the Rutgers 43 with 2:08 left to play.
I think they're going to go for it with 2:08 left to go. Alec Hope, the outside linebacker, came free off the corner, and Halloran had to deliver the football. He could not do anything else but throw the ball into the flat. It went incomplete, and the game's on the line right here because they only have 1 timeout left. They may end up using it right here because
they're down to 9 seconds on the 25-second clock, and they are going to call a timeout. And they are now out of timeouts with 2:08 remaining. And Boston College wasted one earlier, Jack. They had an opportunity after the touchdown to go for 2. They should have known and made the decision prior to scoring the touchdown, knowing they were driving down the field, and said, if we score, we're going to go for 2. They used the timeout, deciding whether or not to go for 2, and they really didn't have any choice in the matter. And now they find themselves with no timeouts remaining.
When you waste timeouts like that, they come back to haunt you, especially right now with only 2:08 left. You need a 4th down and 10 play to pull out of that offensive game plan, which really has not worked at all. The biggest play was a fluke play that was a fumble caused by Tyrone Stowe, the great inside linebacker of Rutgers, that caused a fumble to Halloran that Stratford picked up and ran into the end zone. So other than that, I'm sure that Rutgers defense is very confident that they can stop Boston College here on 4th down.
Dick Anderson, the Rutgers coach who was complaining to the officials earlier, now receiving a hearing from referee James Garvey, but obviously not receiving any satisfaction. I'm not sure what it is he is complaining about.
Well, he went out on the field after that 3rd down play, the incomplete pass to Sean Murphy, the tight end. He was out near the hash mark talking to the official, and I'm not sure what. He went for an incomplete pass, other than he may be lobbying for a holding penalty on the offensive line from Boston College or whatever, or may possibly be the clock. I'm not sure. So if we do interview him after the game, should Rutgers win, we'll have to ask him.
It could also be that he wanted an offensive pass interference call on the play. But hopefully we'll have a chance to find out. In any event, Boston College now with no timeouts remaining, 2 minutes and 8 seconds, and a 4th and 10 from from Rutgers 43. Halloran has time. He fires over the middle, incomplete. It was intended for Darren Flutie, and Rutgers will take over on downs as Gene Austin, number 26, comes up with the big defensive play.
That secondary and linebackers have played good defense, pass defense, the entire football game. Flutie ran his hook pattern down and inside the 30-yard line. Would have been enough for the 1st down. Austin came over the top, knocked the ball loose. Rutgers right now, all they have to do is flop on the ball. They have, you know, Boston College has no timeouts left, and this could be a big win for Rutgers.
Gene Austin from Port Jefferson, New York on Long Island with what could turn out to be the play of the game. So Rutgers 1st and 10 from their own 43. 2:03 left. Boston College with no timeouts remaining. Curtis Stevens just bangs into the line. John Boza stops him there for no gain. But the clock is running with 1 minute and 51 seconds. And Jack Bicknell and Boston College can do nothing about it.
I guess the key to this whole game is the fact, do not schedule Rutgers as your opener, because they have played outstanding football in every one of their openers, tying a great Florida team last year, I think 28-all when they were down 28-7. So,
and that was in Florida.
You schedule them late in the season.
Well, Dick Anderson obviously does a good job of getting his teams ready to play their opening game. Henry Henderson just trying to keep things going as he will lose a yard or so back to the 42. He's wrapped up by Bill Romanowski, number 53.
And right now, if Boston College would have saved those timeouts, they could stop the clock right here. Even if they got the ball back with no timeouts left, they still would be able to stop the clock on a first down. And when the change of moves, they could save a lot of time. But you see a very dejected Sean Halloran over there on the sidelines, and I'm sure they were hoping for a lot better things here this afternoon at Alumni Field.
.50 seconds as you see remaining. Henderson across the 45 to the 46 before he's blasted down by Romanowski and Vincent Munn.
And smart running by Henderson. There was an opening to the outside. If he'd gone that way, he may have gone out of bounds and stopped the clock. He turned right upfield by the hash mark. He did not go out of bounds and keeps that clock going now under 30.
16 seconds on the 25-second clock, 21 seconds remaining on the game clock, and apparently on fourth down, Rutgers is going to take the penalty by letting the 25-second clock run out. It'll run out in 2 seconds. And there's the whistle from referee James Garvey. So 5-yard delay of game will be marked off against Rutgers. 8 seconds remain on the clock. And Rutgers is sending the punting team out. Now, I don't know if I'd do this, Jack. 8 seconds left on the clock. You run one play.
I know, but that gives the offense a chance to throw the ball in the end zone. You can get a tip ball, a pass interference. They're saying right now, we know all these people are coming right now. Other than the fact that he runs all the way back there and takes a safety, he could do that. But I think they may kick this ball away. They're too far away from the end zone, so I'm sure they want to kick the ball down.
Matt O'Connell on the punt, under pressure, gets it away. A line drive. Darren Flutie at the 21-yard line. Flutie trying to get out of bounds, but the clock runs out. Time has expired. Rutgers came into this game a 12.5-point underdog to Boston College as the Eagles were looking with a veteran team. Anderson of Rutgers University is with us. And Coach, first of all, congratulations. And what is it about your preparation of your team going into season openers that has given you such tremendous success? Do you have any idea?
I have no idea. We prepare the same way for every football game, and we hope that we're ready. We go into the game trying to play as aggressive and as all out as we can, and whatever happens, happens.
Dick, were you surprised at how well your defense played this afternoon for 4 quarters?
Well, I wasn't surprised. Our defense is good defense, and we can keep them all healthy and functioning. We're going to be tough. I thought those kids hung in there really well, and the offense did the job when they had to.
If you go back and look at the game, and obviously it's right after the fact, and you haven't had a chance to analyze it as you will, what do you, in your mind, were the key things today that led to this victory?
Well, I think some of our young kids that came through were key for us. I think in general the game was a sloppy football game. Certainly we made our share of mistakes. BC made their share of mistakes. And, you know, in every football game, there's a couple of big plays that make some things happen. In some crucial third down situations, we made some big plays. And that's what it's all about.
Well, congratulations, Dick. We know you want to get into the locker room with your team. And, again, you're off to a good start. We hope you can keep it going.
Thanks very much.
Congratulations, Dick.
Thank you.
Dick Anderson, head coach in his 3rd year at Boston College, off to a good start with an upset victory 11-9 over Boston College here today. So Rutgers Scarlet Knights, who, as the coach said, really do have a pretty young team, off to a good start. One of the guys that's not, however, a youngster on this team is quarterback Joe Gagliardi, a senior. And Joe, we welcome you and congratulations on a big win. You guys were having a tough time, as was BC, getting offensively on track at the start of the game. Then you finally mounted that 80-yard drive. Did you do anything differently? What put it together for you?
No, we were just in trouble. You know, we're back in the end zone around the 5 to 10-yard line. There's not much we could do. We're just trying to get it out of there, get better field position. Once we got it, we put it together and we drove right down the field.
Joe, your game plan was to roll out, sprint out against that Boston College rush. You seem to do that all afternoon, both right and left.
Yeah, right. To get away from the rush because they're bigger than us, and we're not going to overpower anybody. We're just going to have a lot of heart and try our best. Tell us about the touchdown pass, Joe, to Henry Henderson in the second quarter. Well, it wasn't to him, but I rolled out, and I was supposed to hit him quick, And right here, I was supposed to hit him quick, but he was covered. And I will look back for Roy Hoover, the wide receiver, and I threw it to him, and then Henry stepped right back into him. Right there, see? And that's what happened.
Either guy could have caught the ball, really.
Yeah, that's what I was shooting for.
Joe, was your game plan to try to throw the football on first down to both Henderson and Prescott out of the backfield to keep that Boston College defense off balance?
Yes, we wanted 5-6 yards on first down, keep the rush off us, and be in good shape, like 2nd and 4. We could go from there.
Well, you have to give a lot of credit, too, to your defense, Joe. They kept you in the game when you had that horrible field position.
Right, our defense played great, outstanding, unbelievable. They were just terrific.
It seemed like the more you played, the better you got. A little bit shaky with the beginning, with the pass rush and so forth.
Right.
Is it just because you weren't used to getting a rush during the preseason?
I guess that's what it is. The first game is a lot of mistakes. You're going to get penalties like we had, some interceptions I threw that was really bad. And hopefully we get those kinks out and we'll go from there.
Well, you asked Coach Dick Anderson this, Joe, but maybe you know. He said that he really doesn't do anything differently. But obviously, your team has had so much success in season openers under Coach Anderson. Is there something you can point to and say that you do getting ready for that first game that seems to make a difference?
I don't know. I guess it's all the long work that we did over the whole year, and we came out ready to play. You know, we wanted to play. We're hungry.
Well, after last year's 2-8-1 season, you're off to a good start, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Joe, congratulations.
Okay, thanks.
Joe Gagliardi, the quarterback for Rutgers University, and the Scarlet Knights here today defeating Boston College. The Eagles going into the game as a heavy favorite, and Rutgers winning it 11-9. The executive producer of TVEN Sports is Fred Botwinick. The producer of today's game is Jim Stillman, and the director, Billy McCoy. Associate director, John Calabrese. Associate producer,